Okay, we're live with another Cartridge Club Hangout. Starting up a bit late again, but anyway. Cody's the only one here so far. I don't know what's been happening recently. Whatever. Anyway, how you doing, Cody?
Good. Lot of stuff going on, just keeping busy.
Hmm.
Uh, been studying that EMT, started testing. I had to retake a station in my practical. I got that done and passed. And then I got a written test this Friday, and I'm studying for that all week. So like 1,000 questions. Bought a study guide, and it's the actual test questions, but you can study them. And it's like you had to buy the test, and it's like 1,000 questions, and you're only going to get 100 of them, so you're only going to get 10%. So really got to absorb it. Some of it's kind of like cross-reference stuff too, but other than that, snow's melting. I'm not going to be doing this, past probably like a couple more shows, and then I won't be back for a while. But other than that, yeah, collecting. Still collecting. I almost getting close to a goal I'll bring up later with my pickups. So,
Okay. Yeah, weather's getting better here too. It's basically like getting to be summer weather almost.
yeah, we're getting 50s.
I think it was 22 or 23 was the high today. Celsius, obviously. But getting toasty out, which is nice. But of course, it'll go from way too goddamn cold to way too goddamn hot pretty quick, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's no medium anymore.
Yeah. You heard of Castlemania Games, right? Or
I am aware of the name, but I don't remember contact.
well,
I'm assuming it's a store.
they sell those retro RGB cables.
Mm.
So I'd found a pair on eBay, which I thought was funny, and it had the Sega Saturn adapter that you can buy, because basically you buy one set cable, and it attaches to a Genesis 2, and then you can buy the add-on attachments that are like $17. Like there's a Genesis 1 add-on, and it's the 8-pin, and it works on the regular Master System and the Genesis 1 system. And then there's also, you can buy an adapter end that works on a PlayStation 1 and a Sega Saturn. So basically you get a high quality component signal, because everybody goes crazy for that SCART. But I'm telling you, you can get like if you got a capture card that does 480p, let's say, you can get the resolution of that component signal out of your system, your game system. It'll be like that 240p, and you figure you're just going to double the resolution at 480p, so you'll still have a small, close to natural resolution right off the cable into a capture card, that'll do 480p. It's hard to find one that does less than that unless you're getting old tech. And so anyways, I've been looking at these cables, and to progress on with that idea, on eBay, I started bidding. It was a guy out of Canada. And they ended up going more than they retail for. It was a cable with an adapter for the Saturn. It ended up going more for than what they retail. And I was laughing. I was like, first I was looking, I was like, all right, man, I'm going to bid on this. This is the only one of these I see online here. I'm going to bid on these. And yeah, I mean, they went for more than what they retail. But then it got me on the idea of like, you know what? I've been wanting to buy these. I'm going to look at buying these. So got a hold of the guy at Castlemania, gave him a call, and they're out of stock. I went to order right off their online site. They're out of stock. Call him up online. He's like, yeah, I got some extras laying around that we keep for like defective stuff that we might have to swap out or whatever, warranty like stuff. And he said, I'll grab a couple of I'll grab a cable and grab the stuff, the adapters that I wanted for the Genesis 1 and the Saturn. And he said, I'll grab these for you and we'll do an invoice and get them out. And I tried to get a hold of him, talked to him on the phone yesterday. He didn't send me an email, didn't send me a PayPal. Messaged him today through Twitter. And I've chewed these guys' ass on Twitter too, dude, like before, because I could never get the right response out of him. Never. And it was like, now, we're trying to do business here. I can't even get a hold of the guy. It's like, I just talked to you on the phone, dude. You said that you were going to send a invoice and, PayPal you over the money or take a credit card direct. And it's like, just weird. It's just weird to me. It's like,
Yeah.
just weird. But I was talking to that guy more, and he was saying that they have a RetroTink, and those cables work hand in hand with the RetroTink system. Like they're designed to work together to get really good quality. So he was talking to me about that, and then he was also telling me there's this other cable coming out, which is S video, and I'm like, okay, so we got component versus S video, and he's saying these S video look pretty nice. So it's like, I don't know. They're really coming out with some stuff, but I told him, look, man, I'm kind of a budget guy when it comes to certain things, and like, if I can get something that's going to work, from what I imagine and desire, that's usually about as far as I go. I'm not going to take it much further, and there's no reason to, I mean, the only other option for me would be buy an OSSC. I mean, I got SCART cables, in which I may end up doing that if I find one cheap. I'm not just going to spend that kind of money, because the RetroTink's like $104 versus OSSC, in which I went to price it yesterday, and actually OSSC is not making any more right now. They're moving shop, I guess, to Ireland. So I couldn't even get a price on it. They said they're all out of stock and they won't be making any more till they get moved to Ireland. I don't know if that has something to do with some kind of legal thing, or if they're, legitly just moving.
Busy.
But I'm thinking, to me, it seems like it'd be a business thing, because, I mean, when you start making those boxes where people can start transmitting old signals and crap like that, I mean, it's kind of like in a way of, I think it's coming up as like copyright type stuff now, broadcasting things. Like, I got something in Germany, or I was looking at a game that I was going to get, not in Germany, Australia. Australia has on some of their retro games, not for rental. They're old, like, Master System games. You can't rent them because of copyright laws.
Yeah, the only place I heard of other than that never did rentals was Japan.
Yeah, and that was at Australia, and I was like, wow. The game could have, well, no, because I mean, the game was all English, and it was the actual, it said Sega Australia on the back of the cartridge. And it's just kind of funny to me that, I've never seen that. I was like, what the heck, dude? You couldn't even freaking rent?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything back on the Polymega. That was last week's kind of little heated discussion. And here we are 7 days later from the March 12th blow up on their Twitter, and no fresh response out of them. So, I mean, I get a lot of what people are, saying, their elusiveness around their technology of their system and what's going on with it. But, if you're going to say you're going to make a tweet in a week, you better damn well be making a tweet in a week, because otherwise people are just going to be like, all right, these guys are full of it,
Well, did they say exactly today, or did they just say a week? Because they could have just meant this week rather than...
That's true. It could still come through by Friday.
Yeah.
Because it does say huge update coming next week, and I'm waiting for huge update.
Yeah. They said next week, not like next Tuesday.
Yeah, that's true. But let's be honest.
There's a bit of week to go.
If we're talking in real media terms, that the media people use these days, they're going to stretch it to the day and be like, okay, they didn't respond. This means there's nothing to tell. You know, let's make a story up that. And then 2 days later, they come out with the truth. Polymega comes out with their end of it, and then it turns into, fake news crap.
Actually, announcing today probably would have been a bad idea with all the Google stuff going on. Because you got to figure everyone's going to be talking about that Google service now. So they would have gotten drowned out if they were announcing anything today.
You know what would be ridiculous is if actually that Google service was tied to it somehow.
That would be interesting, but I highly doubt it.
Because they did talk about the fact that they do have their partners that they're keeping secret, and I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, what would the benefit to the Polymega be in there? It comes with Chromecast and pre-installed. It's what? Because that just works. The Google thing obviously just works through Google services. So, what are you just going to have a Chrome browser on the Polymega or a built-in Chromecast? How would that integration work?
Well, they're talking about their gaming stuff, in which I didn't even read, to be honest. I didn't read anything on that Google console idea or gaming, whatever, Yeah,
the Stadia.
Yeah. I don't know. What'd you read about it?
I watched the whole press conference. Do you know what it is?
I don't know if it's a service or a console. I mean, what is it?
It's just a streaming service. We don't know yet if it's going to be a game-by-game purchase thing or if it's going to be a subscription or both. We didn't get a pricing structure. We didn't get any kind of infrastructure, but we got a lot of concepts and everything, where it's just going to be an any device streaming service. So you can go. The only piece of hardware they've got is a controller, which you don't need. You can use whatever controllers you have. But they have added features like Google Assistant and a share button on there. That I'm sure if another console has a share button, you can just use that one. But goes directly to YouTube, obviously. But that works through Wi-Fi rather than Bluetooth or anything, so it connects straight to your Wi-Fi and then to the instance of the game you're playing. But you can use that through a Chromecast or a smart TV with that functionality. You can use it on your phone, tablet, computer, laptop, or desktop, obviously. And you can use it on basically just anything. And it's all streaming.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like I've heard of other people talking about doing that, or just straight streaming of game service.
Yeah, we've had that before. It just hasn't worked out all that well. OnLive was the previous one to try it.
Yep.
But it was a smaller company, and it wasn't really the moment to hit, and there was a lot more problems with connectivity.
And you had to buy hardware.
Yeah, if I'm remembering that correctly. I don't remember much about it, to be honest, so just vague recollections. Those would be the problems I would assume that had. That and just not a lot of pickup because it's not a big name behind it. But they got bought out. I don't remember by who. It'd be funny if Google bought them out and that's just this done again. But you might also be thinking about the Project Stream thing that they did, which was a demo for this back in October, where they gave people access to Assassin's Creed Odyssey right after it came out, and people could play it in a Chrome tab.
Yeah.
And that apparently worked fairly well. They really like showing Assassin's Creed. That must be one of the only games they have stably working right now. It's all Assassin's Creed. Either or Ubisoft's paying for the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like Ubisoft to a point, but not a huge fan. I did buy the Division 2. I've been playing that. I do like the Division. I did like Wildlands, but other than that, I don't really.
Their games
I never got into the Assassin's Creed games.
for the most part, a lot of their games are fairly similar, just in terms of big open world checklist kind of activities. It's just how you're really interacting with it that's different. Like Assassin's Creed, you've obviously got the history aspect and your like more melee combat and stealth. And Watch Dogs, you've got the hacking and drones and stuff like that. And Far Cry, it's first person. You've got all the jungle kind of activities. But it's like it's all around the same kind of similar open world structure, which is a criticism I heard about like Spider-Man of a non-Ubisoft game, for example. Just it's activating the towers and going around and doing random activities in the city. Which like how they implement those things in their different games is interesting, but like you can just break it down to its component bits, and all the games are basically similar for the most part of their main library. Like obviously exceptions, like they did Starlink, right? There's that, and Mario plus Rabbids, stuff like that. But generally, Ubisoft games are fairly similar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they really milk the engines as long as they can. I guess. What happened?
I'm good. I just had to turn that off for a second.
Oh, are you all right?
Yeah.
Oh.
My mom was just knocking at the door. I didn't need to really turn the video off, but it would be odd to see me turn my head and just talk at nothing.
I was like, what?
Sorry.
Yeah, so you're kind of looking like Bass Guy today, dude.
Yeah. A little tired. For the low energy.
Yeah.
But I haven't been up to a whole heck of a lot. Just playing some Warframe, obviously. I've been enjoying the Nightwave thing that they put out, which is kind of that they do kind of a weekly-ish radio show type thing is the setup. And I think that's a Warriors reference, where you've got a radio person talking about this Wolf of Saturn, or Wolf of Saturn 6, which is this criminal that broke out of this supermax prison that was hidden away by the Grenier, one of the enemy factions in the game, that no one knew existed until this guy broke out. And so you're hunting him down and other fugitives that have escaped from that prison facility that randomly appear throughout the map. And they basically use that to replace the daily bounty system that they had, which they had alerts before, which were timed little things that you could get alerts on your phone for, or just in the game, where it's like, you can get this item by doing this mission here for the next hour, for example. They keep that for like the every other week high-end items that they just basically give you an easy mission to do and you get a high-level item if you do that after one of their streams. But now it's just kind of more, it's free, so just I'm going to use the term battle pass just because that's how I understand it. But it's not something you have to pay for. It's just a free thing that they put in instead of that, where it's you get daily missions and you get weekly missions, and there's elite weeklies where you like do high-end events and you get better rewards out of it. But you're basically just building up credits and experience over the weeks of the event, and you can get special gear that way, which is pretty cool. It's a lot more engaging than the previous alert system, because if you're like at work or something, you see an alert on your phone, and it's like, oh, I can get this for the next hour. Well, I'm not off until like another 4 hours from now, so I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
But, there's that. I got a couple more characters in it. One I used the premium currency for just because I threw a few bucks at them on a sale before. It's free and I've gotten like 200 hours out of it. I think $25 here or there is fair.
Yeah.
And so I have a bunch of the premium currency. And they give you daily rewards, as most games do, like login rewards. and I got a coupon for 75% off something in the store that you can use that in-game currency on, not like the flat-out real money thing. Like, you're not gonna go get one of the giant character packs that costs $65 of real money, or you can't buy it. Or you can't like get 75% off of that. They'd just be shooting themselves in the foot. But there's one of these characters that that brought it down. You need character slots to get all the characters for free. So use currency on that. But I'm going in circles. I'm sorry. It's a weird.
It's all right.
It's a weird system. But like,
yeah, it sounds like it. No, it's all good.
It's easier to get when you're actually in it, but I've just never had to explain it before. End point is a character slot, which you then can build a free character out of after you collect the bits. It takes a while, but you can just do it for free. You don't have to buy anything. But a character slot costs 19 of that currency, which is not very much.
Yeah.
So that 75% off coupon brought this one character that's one of the starters down to 18 or 16. So less than what it would be to just buy the slot for a free character. So I got him for less than that. So that's fun because he was one of the more kind of pain in the ass characters to get for free because you need a clan dojo, and I didn't really want to go through the trouble of making that.
Yeah.
But doesn't matter. Anyway, hey Musty.
It's all right, dude.
How's it going?
Musty Hobbit. Dude, are you dealing with any flooding over there? Are you good?
No, I'm good.
That's good.
That's all Nebraska mostly, right?
Well, on the west side of the state.
West side of
Yeah, I got
Iowa?
some family dealing with that crap. You know, I didn't know if the
No, we lucked out.
was
That
having issues
that
or-
last storm that ran through ended up going well west of us, so we didn't have to deal with any of it. We've had our fair share though, so it's not like we couldn't have run into anything. But
Yeah. Well, that's good,
Some-
Musty, because you still
Yeah.
got my Sega CD games I want, right?
I had somebody jump on the final fight, but the rest are still here. Yeah,
Oh my god! No, it's all right.
sorry.
I'm on the fence still, dude.
Okay.
I'm
I
kind
still
of
have them, so I'm not. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna. My local shop is not gonna give me much of a deal on those. I don't think so.
What do you want for him? What do you want for him, Musty?
I don't know. Let me look at what I threw you before, and obviously adjust for the fact.
We'll talk at the end of the cast.
Yeah. Yeah, we
when he
don't-
shut it off because I want to.
Yeah.
When he shuts it off, I want to. Maybe we'll just do a deal tonight and get it done with.
We can do that. How's my lighting?
Good.
I got
Better
my
than
new.
mine.
I got my new toy. I got a new new toy. The
Nice.
key light.
Is bright.
What
It
is that?
quite the
Is that a
Elgato.
newer or where'd you get it?
No, it's the Elgato one.
Oh my gosh! You spent all the money for the Elgato setup?
Well, I wanted to. I mean,
Okay.
I
That's
had
all
it.
good.
I had it. I felt like it, and so yeah, I went for it.
I've been looking at some of that.
It's nice. It's super convenient. I'm actually really pleased with it so far. I'm still trying to tinker with like.
You should post a link, dude, in the chat on it.
Oh,
I
for
just want
the
to see what it is. Yeah.
yeah, it's. I'll pull it up here. Key light.
I've been looking at that, seeing Elgato's all their setup stuff they're selling now, and like some of it's expensive, dude. Like that green screen, that collapsible
Green screen. I mean,
screen.
it seems like ease of use, like way is like a super advantage on that. This key light though is great, and it's super. Like I should turn it off and actually like show you what it's.
Well, your
about.
colors look a lot richer. I don't know if you messed with something, but your colors look richer.
Yeah, I was trying to dial in right because the color temperature range is really.
Yeah, the HDR turned on.
That's right. That's right. And then I have my incandescent light over here, so I'm getting a little more shine off the top. But yeah, I just dropped the link to it. But it's this like really thin panel that's on this post that just mounts to the desk. But I can push that up and down if I wanted to get a good angle on it, and then I can dial the temperature from like the blue range to like the reddish range, and then brightness as well. Works well though.
Does the red shirt affect adjusting that color temperature at all?
It could. Well, let me.
unavailable.
You know what? Let me. Well, I got it on Amazon.
Yeah, it says currently unavailable.
Here, let me just tinker with this a little bit, so I can dial my. This is like the blue range here, or I could go, and that's just the light change that's doing that. But yeah, see,
that's blue, right?
Much more red.
Yeah, so the blue side is this, and then if I take it all the way to like the orangish, like the red shirt, really.
What's your neutral?
Because
it does look. It definitely looks a lot richer.
Yeah, this is in the that's in the middle. I think I might, just based on this shirt, I might like
leave it
something
neutral
like this
for now.
Something like that. But this is like on 20% brightness. 15. I'm sorry. It can go much brighter, and then like the camera like adjusts the aperture on it, so like I can get some good detail on it.
So is that hooked up to your computer, or
it is not physically connected? It is connected through Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And then I have a control center app on the computer itself. So,
but
let me bring the brightness back down. It's nice. I mean, it is pricey. You could probably get by with cheaper alternatives, but you know, if you're serious about, like, if that's something that you think would benefit streams, or like, I do a fair amount of stuff like in front of this computer, and so having that makes that a lot easier. But yeah. But when I ordered it last week, and there were only like 8 left on Amazon at the time. They replenish them pretty regularly, but they are pretty popular. They aren't cheap.
No, that's cool though, for sure.
Yeah,
and seeing that it actually, the type of result you get out of it live. That's why I haven't bought one yet. I've looked at like those new ear ones, and they got the different lumens and adjustable stuff, but I didn't see anything about it being controlled by Wi-Fi or PC or anything on those.
Yeah. So this connects to the Elgato Control Center, which can connect multiple ones of those lights. It can sync up with, if you have a Stream Deck, it can connect to all of that stuff. And there's all kinds of stuff that I'm very interested in figuring out. And I see we got Bill in the chat. And yes, Bill, things have changed a lot since that first YouTube video where I did not have any light. And it was just like shadow on the face. That was pretty rough now that I look back at it. But
most people's first videos are.
Yeah, usually don't get a lot of people who jump in and are immediately like like top quality stuff.
Yeah, unless they've got like previous video experience outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like
or good, or a lot of friends.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But chances are low of a good stream to start out.
Yeah.
A good video, I mean.
Yeah. So I'm gonna anthem a little bit while we chat, if that's all right. Because I moved the Xbox.
I am literally playing Warframe while you're talking.
Really? Yeah. I heard you guys talking about whatchamacallit.
Not stevia.
Stevia.
Not an artificial sweetener, the Google streaming service.
The Google sweetening service.
Yeah, they're sweetening the pot. That de-escalated quickly.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, even just, it was interesting watching the trend, like just Twitter trending. Because, like for a moment there, it was everything, and then you could just sort of see it drop off, and then it was like, ooh yeah, and one, what was that one called? On Live was the other one, right? Yeah, I just found that
streaming.
No, it wasn't. But people were. I saw people commenting saying the people who were saying that this is another Ouya don't know what the Ouya is.
Ah, that makes sense.
So it was, uninformed people trying to be
Which is
funny.
because then the only reason the Ouya is trending is because people don't know what the Ouya is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I have no good explanation for that. But I don't know. I said my piece in the Discord. I just
We need to see more.
it would need to bring a lot to the table in order for me to be comfortable adding yet another platform for me to play games on. I think it's a great idea, but if
It's an idea right now. It's not like an actual thing yet, aside from the Project Stream demo from before.
Right. If xCloud can do the same thing, I'm already established on the Xbox architecture, and I assume that they would build. I assume xCloud would incorporate Game Pass in some way, or they'd find some way to merge the two services. And I think that would be the way. I mean, that would be the more logical place for me to do a streaming service like that. I could almost see, and I don't know anything about what they have really planned. They were talking about streaming to everywhere, but part of me was thinking, what if your home console truly does function like Netflix, and I could then play a game that I don't have yet until it's downloaded.
Right? Yeah. And who is it that brought that up? That was actually a really good idea.
Did someone bring that up?
I think so, in the Discord.
Was not me, so I'm not going to steal it.
Maybe it was Frantic. I don't remember.
Could be.
That or Tesseract was talking about it. I don't remember who said it, unfortunately. But
just the quick start is the biggest drawback to a lot of modern to that service model, is that you still have to wait.
Yeah. The instant nature of the streaming, like starting the game within 5 seconds, that's one of the big appeals of it.
Yeah.
But you're talking about like the infrastructure you're already familiar with, and I agree with you in terms of the Xbox thing, because that would be the same for me. I'm already well into that UI and that system. I've got many games on there. So it would be much more of a pick up and play nature for me. But a lot of people seem to be making the mistake that it's like, oh, this is for people who already have consoles. This is for people that don't really, because think about, like, for people that really aren't in the gaming space, what infrastructure are they most integrated in? Google. Or people that have Android phones, they use the Google Play Store, correct?
Yes.
So if they integrate it into the Google Play Store, people that have Android phones are just going to look at it as a supplement to what they're already using. It's like they're going from being able to play Fortnite on their phone to being able to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on their phone.
Yeah, I mean,
it's great for those
I
people.
was thinking about it from my 4K TV is upstairs, and I have had to relinquish playing the X on that just because it's easier for me to play games that I want to play when the console is in my is in a space where I'm not fighting for the television.
Yeah.
But now, if I had that on that TV, then I could play 4K games in there and not have an issue.
Ideally.
Assuming, there's a lot of assumptions that have to be made there.
Under ideal conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about my internet service. I get good enough. I get good enough coverage. But
so do I.
Good enough
being mentioned in the Discord there. I don't know where that came from. That 25 megabytes down number for 4K.
That seems like a big number.
That seems like a low number, honestly.
Well, to me, for my router, 40 down is like the cap for my 40 down is the cap for my wireless router. So if 25 is like the requirement, like most like standard routers that you would get from a from a service provider just is not going to
They're
cut
not,
it,
yeah.
especially if you're trying to do other stuff at the same time.
Yeah, but like if you have higher speed internet, they're probably going to provide you a higher speed router. Like for the one that I have, I've got what they call an advanced router. I don't know what the hell. I've never like looked up the actual model, but I've got 300 down right now, mostly due to a 3-year deal. It was 150 when I started, and they just doubled it for everybody. I don't need that speed, so I'm gonna try and probably work out a deal after that expires. But not that they left the 150 here, so that's gonna be some negotiating. But that handles the 300 down just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Not like necessarily over Wi-Fi
Wired though,
consistently.
wired, yeah.
But even wireless, it's like 150 or so.
Well, that's not so bad. I mean, that's
and
actually
it's not
really
the
good.
best, and it's not the best wireless connection either, because it's like my router is literally like up that way and through several walls on the upper floor. So it's like it's not that straight a connection. I literally have it shoved as close to the wall as I possibly can.
Well, Cody, what kind of internet are you dealing with out in the mountains?
I get I don't know, like I get like 10 meg upload and 300 megabytes or whatever.
Okay. We got similar to mine.
We got Spectrum.
Did you name your YouTube channel after your service provider?
Who?
You. Remember when you were commenting in the chat, it was Spectrum.
Oh no, that I've actually had that forever. That was my my PlayStation handle.
Yeah, I was just giving you shit. I thought that was a funny coincidence.
It says Spectrum is what it says?
Yeah, or it did.
That's weird. I don't know. Mine's all messed up, dude. Like when I tried to do my media stuff, I made a channel and it links to everything now, and I'm like, what is that? Why does it do that? It's a pain in the butt.
When you're in here, it just says your name, but in the YouTube chat.
Where's what happened to Musty?
I'm here.
Oh, he was like frozen in time. It looked like.
Oh no, I just wasn't moving. Sorry.
No, I got decent internet. I mean, it's not bad. They upgraded stuff, but I'm sure it could get upgraded further. There's a guy over in New Maine. His Spectrum's like totally getting overhauled, and he's a pretty big streamer. He's trying to get his partnership, and well, he's not huge, but he does retro, and he is constantly getting dropped, and has had the Spectrum techs over there like every day, like checking it, because they're like, he's like, man, I'm trying to get partnership here, and you guys are giving me a runaround. I mean, I don't blame the guy. I'd be mad too. It's like I'm trying to get partnership with Twitch, and you guys are screwing me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not bad. If we have a major outage, though, I mean, it'll affect like half the state. Like there's actually last fall, there was a pretty big one that hit, and half the state was without services for about 2 weeks or so, or a week, for about a week. And then there was like aftershocks of them fixing it for about a week after that. And yeah, I wasn't here, so it didn't affect me, but I heard about it. I know I was home for a day or two, and then I went back to work, but I didn't have internet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a big deal to me, but I do the business level, so if there's a problem, they're here the next day or the same day if I call early enough. It's all quiet. Why, you guys happy with your services?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with mine. It's more than what I need, but
yeah.
Who do you guys got? Like
in Canada, for me, I have Shaw.
I have cable for our area. Our area doesn't have a whole lot of variety unless I want to go satellite, and I don't. I guess I've never felt like satellite is a reliable option for me.
Yeah.
and I don't need TV, and most satellite providers want to bundle like crazy, and that is not practical for me.
Dude,
Yeah, no.
this game I bought on eBay, I'm just now testing it. I got it for a couple bucks, but it's like one of the worst I've ever seen, like pin wise. Like they are corroded over with like the green,
Ooh.
on the contacts. So yeah, I might have to contact that
Ooh.
guy and be like, hey buddy, I hope you plan on sending me another one of your games.
Break out the sandpaper.
Oh, jeez, it's a rough looking game, but I'll take a risk on those rough looking games for like $1 or $2, but damn.
Yeah, but
This is the worst I've seen, dude.
well, you still want it to work, though.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And it's nothing great, it's just the Sonic collection or whatever includes 3 games. I think it's like Sonic 1 and 2 and Mean Bean Machine.
For Genesis?
Yeah, I got it for a couple bucks. I've seen it, but
Is that
it's
an
like
official thing?
it's like wrecked. Yeah.
Huh.
And the pins are pretty rough on it. I don't know, this guy I've been buying from though, he's moving. He's in Jersey and he's moving to Texas, I guess. He told me a little of his backstory in eBay chat, and I got some cool stuff off him. He's been selling a lot of like mediocre crap lately, but yeah, he said he's got enough games to list. He lists 20 exactly every week, and what it doesn't sell, he just keeps on there and marks it down till it'll sell. And then he said he's selling all these old games and stuff so he can move to Texas.
So he can sell more games when he's in Texas?
Yeah. More junk stuff. I mean, I'm guessing he probably picks it up, and I watch his stuff as it goes down and down and down, because he really goes high. And then I just watch him mark it down every week, and then I'll be like, I'll pay that,
Yeah, just mark it down until it's that magic number where someone will pay it.
Yeah, I got a Master System game from him for just a couple bucks that I was kind of happy about, but it's not going to be the final version. I still need to, I'll get a complete one eventually, but for just a cartridge, and I was happy about it. But that'll be in my pickup stuff. Did you get anything good this week, or nothing yet?
Not game-wise. Anyway, gonna pause to say hey to Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
Hello.
They
Hey,
still
Ryan.
serving McRib your way?
No, that ended in December.
Damn it. Me too.
I know. I was always told that they bring it back at the end of the year to boost sales, to get their numbers up at the end of the year, but wish it was year round.
These people are crazy. If it wasn't special, then what's the point?
They used to have a junior McRib on the dollar menu. They used to give me I used to get a couple McChickens and a couple McRibs off that dollar menu. Loved it.
Look at old Fit Nat. He's just thinking about it like, oh, look.
Yeah, I was just having some tea.
Some McRib. What do you think?
Nah. Does not appeal to me.
In this,
Have you ever heard of ConAgra?
The what?
ConAgra?
No.
The agriculture company?
Yeah. They make Slim Jim.
Oh,
That's the consistency of freaking McRibs, dude.
I remember those just enough to find that disturbing.
Snap it to a.
Yeesh.
Snap it to a McRib.
Yeah.
I remember
Snap out of this conversation.
I went to go see a concert at I want to say it's not the Apollo, but it's down the road from Wrigley. Anyways, there was like an old theater / concert area down the road from Wrigley Field. And I stopped at McDonald's with my buddy because we just parked and we needed to get something quick in us real quick before we went and saw the concert. And we noticed that they actually had it was barbecue sauce, but it was the McRib sauce as a pump,
Nice.
you know, like to get for like your French fries. And I was like, this is awesome. This is I think I got like a 10-piece nugget or something like that, and I was just like, this is great. I love it. So I don't know if it's just that one or if it was just at that time. You know, I haven't stopped at that McDonald's in over probably 10 years, but that was good.
Szechuan sauce.
It's not Szechuan sauce.
Oh no, I'm drawing comparisons.
Yeah. Just keep that around year round. I know they'll probably just tell you it's the regular barbecue sauce, but I don't know. It tastes different.
Because it says Szechuan on it.
Well, I'm just talking about the McRib sauce.
Oh, okay. I'm half paying attention to this fast food talk.
Is there any
Hey,
fast food you like, Fitnat?
Well, the vegan situation limits my options, but I would say the Beyond Burger from A&W because it's a vegan burger.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing you have to do to make it vegan in terms of an order is you order it with no cheese or mayo.
Was they got a bean patty or something on it, or?
It's like kind of more of a processed thing. It is still all vegetable based, but they work it so that it is more of the consistency of a regular burger. Like you can barely tell if someone doesn't tell you beforehand. It's pretty good. But it's like a fast food burger, so
Yeah.
maybe if you got it from the grocery store and prepared it yourself, it might be a little bit more special than getting it from a fast food place. But if you go to a place and you go to the meat aisle, you can probably find it if you just want to try them. They're pretty good.
I've given up carbs and sugar, where I'm just trying to keep it low. It's almost impossible to not have any of it in any food right now. But
Keto.
But it's not. I'm not doing that because that requires you to put like oil and everything on your food, oil and butter, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't like that ideas.
You just gotta grease the insides.
Yeah.
Vegan thing is basically, ideally, if you're going for like the whole food plant-based diet, it's the reverse. It's like a lot of carbs and no oils and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like more of a low-fat diet. It makes more sense to me. Like keto seems a little back-asswards just from my perspective, from what I've seen.
I understand how it works.
Yeah.
And I think it does because I've seen some effects, but
Keto, you mean, or just the low carb?
The low carb, low sugar, and it's very similar to it.
I mean, it can work. Most diets can work. I don't know what you're specifically doing, so I'm not going to criticize it, obviously.
No, it really is just, I'm not, it's basically keto, but I don't like the idea of pouring oil and butters on everything.
Yeah.
And having a meal just being my coffee with like butter in my coffee. No thanks.
That's good. It's good.
Or coconut oil, where you have to drink it fast or it solidifies.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not doing
cold coffee with coconut oil that's like
it's
filled
candle.
over the top.
It's a fucking candle at that point.
That is
literally the thickest non-animal based fat that you can possibly get. I would use that in like household items for like cleaning products, or like if I wanted to make my own hair gel.
Well, yeah, I was just say, people use it as like a substitute for like petroleum jelly.
Yeah,
like an emollient.
Yeah, like it's got its practical uses, but food, it's a little heavy. Like if you're gonna have like something that's already unhealthy, I'm not gonna really scoff at having it in there. Because like if you're gonna have,
it's good for cooking. It's good for cooking if you're using, if you're doing a hot application.
Yeah, it's like if you're making a cake or a pastry, it's like, fuck it, you're not gonna make a healthy cake.
All I know though is like I don't know.
What's with the butter and coffee anyways? I seen somebody post that. I was like, what the fuck?
Essentially that's supposed to be a meal on keto.
What they suggest is that the big thing about a lot of keto is the whole like intermittent fasting, and so by sort of bolstering your breakfast by making it basically just coffee, you can kind of let that continue, that fasting continue until
And keto essentially works because once you give up carbohydrates, then your body starts burning fat because it needs something for energy.
It's going into a survival mode.
So with that's why they are putting butter and oils on everything, because your body needs fat, so it burns.
That, and it makes you buy more oil. So oil companies or butter, I should say. So dairy companies are very keen on you buying more butter.
But we eat stir fry here about 3 nights a week now, because we're kind of watching a little bit what we eat too sometimes. Not every night, but just to add a few lighter nights of food in there. And so we're making stir fry a lot, and I buy like those Asian oils and stuff, so those are something totally different. Or
they tell you like that chi or something, whatever it is called,
like a garlic oil or a sesame oil.
Yeah, that's all like I think allowed on keto. I was just saying though, like I was like starving for a burger, and last weekend I just went to like Burger King, and I had a coupon that was expiring, so I buy a Whopper, get a Whopper with cheese. So I just did that, and I threw the buns away. And it got me through. It got me through. But I am like dying for bread right now. I've given up meat before. Meat is not on this level where I think I've realized that bread is way more of my obsession than meat or any other thing.
Yeah, because it's carbs, and that's what your brain actually uses.
So
what about rice, dude?
That's good.
No.
That's carbs.
Yeah, but carbs are good.
Carbs are good, and stuff.
Like, I mean, good for you. Like, as long as you're having whole grains, like it's the simple carbs you have to watch out for. Like, it's like the thing that bothers me about a lot of the low carb stuff is people equate like a whole grain bread to like a fucking donut. It's like that's not the same goddamn thing.
No.
Or like it's like things that irk me is like people are like, watch out how much fruit you eat. There's sugar in there. It's like, yeah, but it's natural sugar along with fiber and everything. It's like how you're supposed to fucking digest it. What are you on? Bothers me,
oatmeal, dude.
So do I. Oatmeal is a good breakfast.
It's like lay off the potatoes and let's deal with something that's a little more.
Like just plain oatmeal, dude, with a little bit of like maple syrup in it, not a whole lot. Stir that up and throw like a little cinnamon in it. I don't use like sugar or something like that, just enough to get a little taste to it,
Yeah, I'll use a little brown sugar occasionally.
I was thinking about though incorporating a cheat day, so I have something to look forward to. So I'd say, hey, at least Sunday I can at least have a couple slices of pizza or something like that. Like I've been doing cauliflower pizza for the last couple of Sundays, because Sunday night I usually like to get pizza on. So I've been buying the frozen cauliflower pizzas, and then I just add like some pepperoni, spinach, and chicken to it, and then I throw it in the pizza oven. And that's got significantly less carbs, and the whole pizza together is like 600 calories. But I'm also using a calorie counter, and I'm watching. I'm putting in my totals every day what I'm eating, but I don't know. I started weighing myself last Monday, and I started the following Wednesday, and I'm down 6 pounds since I started weighing myself. But like I said, I just want to get to, I guess, like once I got on that scale for the first time, I thought I was 5 pounds lighter, and I was like, oh, this is definitely I'm glad I bought a scale.
So you can tell the difference.
Yeah, because I thought it was lighter than I was, and then I'm like, well, I can stick with this diet. But no, I kind of want to get to reasonable weight, and then just kind of like I'll eventually come back to the foods I enjoy, but I just won't be eating them for lunch and dinner. I'll just feel like today I will make note to and then just continue monitoring my calories, because I think like you do take that in consideration for what you're eating then that day. Like I don't know, it's helping. So
yeah, I have to monitor calories sometimes too, not to the point of like putting them in a counter or anything, but just but I've got the opposite problem with vegan stuff. Like if you're having a heavy veg meal,
Hi, Miss Q Dog.
It's so calorie light that you have to make sure you're eating enough.
Miss Q Dog's like, wait, like we're. Oh, you're giving up Taco Bell, Ryan.
I have for the last couple weeks, and it's brutal. I crave it like every day.
Do you notice the salt difference in your body? Like, do you feel like you're not as bloated?
No, to be honest, no, I really don't.
But do you drink a lot of water?
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Because I notice, like, if I go, we have Taco John's here, which is like Taco Bell.
So good.
Yeah, and like that's
Taco Bell, but not as good.
You know, that's one of my vices. I'll go get Taco John's a couple times a week.
It's like Taco Bell, but John.
Yeah. No, it's super salty, dude. Like
potato lays.
Taste the sodium when you're done, and you're just like, damn, dude. Gotta drink like a gallon of water to flush your system, but I can just tell, you know.
Well, there's no way in hell I'm getting this fucking security
Miss
terminal.
Q Dog was looking pretty fired up in her video, guys, today. Did you check that out?
I didn't get to watching it.
She was looking fired up, dude. She was all telling Q Dog she wants this, she wants that. She needs to get on here. Get in here and get in chat, Miss Q Dog. You can take Eric's place tonight. Use that new computer. Put it to work.
Oh no, that's not to be played with. That's not even.
Yeah. We're not touching it now.
It's very much like the games. We don't play with this. This is just to be shelved and looked at.
Yeah.
It's like the Lego movie, but with computers.
That's right. The Craggle.
Excel only.
Yeah.
That's right. No Corel.
But it says ages 4 and up. That's a suggestion. I still haven't seen the second one.
It's good.
Really?
I liked it.
Okay. I mean, I was excited for it, but I've heard people say like downplay it recently. So.
Oh my god, dude! The hype. I just seen this.
For which?
What hype?
The Castlevania thing.
Konami. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Konami's new anniversary collections.
Did they actually announce it, or is that still a rumor?
Nope.
Dude.
It is no longer a rumor, and it's here within the next month.
What is it?
Holy shit, dude.
There is a
fucking
Castlevania collection.
awesome.
There is a Contra collection, and what was the third one?
Contra, Castlevania, and then it looks like just some of their other releases like Twin Bee and
Oh, like is it
Like
like
Castlevania, Contra, and other.
arcade. The arcade.
an arcade one. Okay.
Yep. Oh
Yeah,
my
what
god,
about
dude, that's awesome.
You know, if they include like I know it's mostly the 80s stuff, but if they included like Turtles, Simpsons, you know, some of the classic beat 'em ups,
X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men. You know, granted that's franchise licensing.
Yeah,
but
we
don't care. Make it happen.
their beat 'em ups were like like legendary. People flock to those.
Oh, a modern port of the Simpson arcade game would kill on the market.
So you can do it online with friends, you know.
Yeah.
What games were on the Castlevania collection? This is all I want to know right now.
Right now, there's only 4 listed. It's 1, 3, Super Castlevania 4, and the number 2 on the Game Boy.
So they're completely skipping Simon's Quest.
There's 4 unannounced, but
okay.
So because it says like 2 be announced later or something like that. So,
dude, they will get some huge backlash if they miss.
Same thing with Contra.
If they don't put Simon's Quest on there,
yeah.
Contra, it's only Contra Super C, Contra 3, and then the arcade one. Right now, this is 4. Then there's 4 to be announced later.
I'm assuming this is going to be like a Mega Man Legacy Collection type thing, where they'll put out like the original NES games on one, and then they'll do like the Metroidvania collection on another, where it's like, well, they already kind of released that with the what's the Requiem collection, whatever the hell, with Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood on there. But that's PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Well, realistically, for the, if we were to fill in the dots for the rest of the Castlevania collection, I mean, you're going to have Simon's Quest, and then what would the other 3 be,
Could
like
you do
Game Boy
the
games.
the Circle of the Moon?
Yeah, the DS one.
Harmony of Sorrow.
Those
That
are the
metallic
Game Boy
song.
Advance games. Those are after Symphony of the Night. Those are the Metroidvanias. So probably not those. I'm talking about like the original Game Boy. Like you said,
Dude, you
one
can
of
do
those was on there
Bloodlines
already.
from the Genesis.
That would be cool, especially since I just bought that from Musty.
I don't know, man, because didn't they do like 3 Belmont or 3 Castlevanias on the DS or the Game Boy?
They did. It was Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance,
Aria of Sorrow.
Yeah, Aria of Sorrow. But that's especially confusing since there's
Well,
Harmony
those
of
are Game
Despair
Boy
as well.
Advance, though, right?
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like they could do like Symphony of the Night, Rondo of Blood again, and those or something. Or they could just do the Game Boy Advance games because they did put Symphony of the Night and Rondo out just recently. They could do the Game Boy Advance games and they could do the DS games. The DS games would be so much harder, though, now that I think about it, because of the dual screen.
Yeah.
They could put out a mobile port.
Dude, that's some super hype, though, dude. I'm just like, what?
I'm going to stop playing Warframe for now.
Why make new
Pay
games
more
when you can
attention.
just keep releasing your old games?
Well, like even with Contra, you know? I mean,
both would be nice.
Well, I'm just saying that Konami has no, like, they're not making
Actual-
anything new. They're
Yeah.
not making anything new. So
Unless
there's
it's
like,
Metal
here,
Gear Survive or Pachinko.
Yeah. Why don't we do what Capcom does and just release everything over and over again?
Difference being that Capcom has actually put out decent new games recently.
This is true, but they always will continue to put out their ports.
Yeah.
Like, count on Resident Evil 5 or Resident Evil 4 to get a PlayStation 5 and Xbox 2 release, a port.
Well, that's fine by me.
Yeah. I'm just saying, count on it because they always do.
And
I'm just surprised they didn't give Gradius its own, release collection too, because they have
maybe they could do like
Gradius
a
1,
shooter
2,
collection.
3, the Gradius Nemesis, the Game Boy ones. There's a couple Game Boy ones. There was the Life Force. There was the Saturn one, Salamander.
Yeah.
It's like they could have done a full package of those alone.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just selling it as the Gradius collection may not sell it on its own, but if it has a variety, that could go well. But I'm glad they're releasing their old stuff, honestly. If they're not going to put out new stuff, at least let us play the old stuff.
I would like...
There's a limited amount of ways you can get access to those readily now, especially with the
I'm surprised they went
NES
that route
Mini.
instead of just
Digital.
letting Nintendo just put it on their online.
I mean, they'll probably
They
both
probably
eventually.
can too, because they'll still get a cut for it. Then if they do that and sell it this way, but you can either own it or just temporarily play it through their rent a service, if you will.
Rent a swag.
Yeah.
It's probably easier for them just to say, "Hey, I'm just gonna do a broad release of this, nothing special to one system," because they're doing it all across the board.
By the way, just for the sake of it, since the Stadia is a big topic of discussion, not on here at this exact moment, but Caleb just put out a video about it.
Disco Rush.
Yeah, he put that in the content sharing section on the Discord, so we can watch that after.
Well, and he has firsthand experience.
Yeah, with Project Stream.
And so we should... I would definitely take his word for that, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a lot of skepticism, which I think is fair, but...
Yeah, rightfully so. The negativity, like the digital future, the sky is falling, that stuff always bothers me.
Well, I saw somebody bring up the Scott Pilgrim game again. It's like, yeah, I mean...
It's licensing. But I get their point, like preservation. But it's like, if you bought that, you can still...
Hey, it's preserved on my 360 until my 360 hard drive dies.
Yeah, and I would have to check, but I could probably still download that if I found it in my download purchase list. Like, obviously you can't find the store page anymore, but if I went through my purchases, I might still be able to find it.
Yeah.
Same with X-Men Arcade. I've still got all those. But it's like, if it's just locked down in the system, I totally get the concern. But it's just like, these are rare cases. that have to do with like big licensing scenarios, especially like with licensed games like from Marvel and all these other places.
I mean, if we didn't like those licenses so much, we wouldn't have to deal with this stuff.
Probably blame Activision largely for that whole thing. Because they were like the rights holder, then that all turned over. I don't remember how that ended up. If Capcom is going to be releasing all their old shit anyway, they should put out Alien vs. Predator somewhere. That arcade game is the shit.
That's also probably a licensing issue.
Yeah.
You know, that's one I want to get is that Alien trilogy again. I had it on PlayStation. I remember PlayStation 1. That was pretty cool, like, you know, first-person Doom style shooter.
Is that the one that was on the Jaguar?
Yeah, I think it was on the version of it for the Jaguar, PS1, and the Saturn. It was like Alien Trilogy. And I remember there was another Alien game that came out somewhere along the way, and I can't remember which one. It was like a Colonial Marines or something.
Ooh, yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
It wasn't the PS3 one though. It was back in the PS1 era. There was a second release. It was like Colonial Marines or something.
A second Aliens game?
Yeah. Yep, I remember that. And I can't remember what it was on. And I remember
PS4 game and the kind of more stealth horror one. Some
Isolation.
Thank you. That was bugging the shit out of me. Could not get the word. Yeah, Aliens Isolation. And Infection on the DS? Or Infestation was that.
Yep.
From Way Forward.
And then there's Evolution? Was the RTS on the Xbox?
Aliens Evolution?
Alien versus AVP. It was an AVP game.
Escalation.
Escalate. Is that what it was?
Yes, I can prove it. I have it on my shelf behind me.
I had it at one point, and then it was one that I trimmed out.
Yeah, I made a joke with Marmal a few weeks ago. He brought that up because me, Ryan, and him were talking like old action movie stuff, and he brought that up, and I said, "Yeah, welcome to the slick club of people who have actually played Alien versus Predator Escalation. Nice to meet you." I'm fucking up words every which way today. So they get for playing Warframe while have paying attention. It's a fucking game. I'm tired today. I don't know why. Extinction. Bidgy game.
Oh, you know what, dude? Didn't they release an Aliens game back on the NES or something?
Alien 3.
Yeah.
Alien 3, yeah.
I was on everything. That was one of the first games though. Yeah. That was, one of those versions was one of the early games I did on emulators. That game was weird. Granted, based on a weird movie.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of Alien Resurrection. They did Alien Trilogy and Resurrection on PS1.
Oh. I'm just thinking of modern stuff, so going
I'm talking
original Xbox PS1. That stuff was just not even on my radar. There's Alien Trilogy and Alien Resurrection. Yes. That was the thing on PS1. Go on. I'm catching up.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's all this hype around the 40th anniversary of Aliens too, and there's like, okay, I think I already got that Blu-ray set. You know,
Yeah. Miles, if you're talking about Alien 3, yeah, there was a Super Nintendo version of that as well.
I didn't really care for Alien 3. I didn't care for any of them really after
the first one.
Yeah, after the second
and
one.
Aliens. Yeah, those are good. That was the rare one of those franchises that actually nailed it twice. It's like that and Terminator.
Nailed it twice in very different
yeah,
like very different genres, because you got the military one in the second one.
Yeah, that's more
Game over, man.
Movie-ish.
Yep.
Yeah.
That first one, man, I liked it more when I was younger. That I watched it a couple of years ago when I think Fandango was doing all the Alien movies. It doesn't hold up as well for me. And
the second one,
the first Alien.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, it's more.
Well, once the surprise
slow.
isn't there,
Yeah,
I could see that.
No, it's not. It really drags on. It takes like an hour before you actually even see the alien. It's mostly just them dicking around in space for that first hour.
and without the action beats of Predator.
Yep.
Well, you got to figure back then it was the suspense of it, though.
Yeah, it depends on what you're going in for.
First major, scary, realistic horror alien movie ever.
Yeah. All the other Alien movies are relatively action-based, at least compared to the first one. So if you're going in not having seen the first one in a while with the newer ones more fresh, I can definitely see that not holding up as easily.
I was talking to a friend the other day. A company's bringing Critters back, too. They're going to make another Critters somehow. I don't know if they're remastering it or what, but Critters is...
I remember seeing one of those.
I thought it was interesting. You know, if you look at the first one, I mean, they did you go back and, you know, the dude's face morphs and stuff. I mean, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of B-side jank, but, you know, it had some interesting stuff.
As a kid, I liked it. I haven't seen it in probably over 20 years.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Critters?
I think the first,
that
was like the first horror movie I saw at like a sleepover type of thing.
I know I saw Gremlins.
I saw Gremlins first, then I saw Critters. And I just remember one thing I thought, I always remember Critters, and I think it's maybe Critters 2, the one where they get in a giant ball, and then it's rolling down the street, and it's like you see people and they just instantly turn into skeletons. It's just like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny.
I have no point of reference for those movies. Like, the more you talk about it, the less I know. Like, what? I never saw any of those.
This was a what?
These movies exist? Granted, I'm someone who hadn't seen The Goonies until like a couple of years ago.
I didn't see that till high school.
That movie's pretty decent.
Oh, okay. Man. That's disappointing.
I like Goonies, but I think people, if you saw it in your childhood, you love Goonies. That's
the
difference.
Nostalgia.
So, because I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, it's okay, and they're like, what? And I'm like,
like, how dare you besmirch the name of the Goonies?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm like, I don't know, the special effects are kind of shitty.
Do the trouble shuffle and repent.
That's all right. I have fun watching it.
Nope, Critters the New Binge is the name of it, and it comes out the 21st, and it sounds like it's pretty shitty. That sucks.
It could be worse than that Doom trailer.
Oh, God.
Oh, joy.
It got rated like 1.5 skulls by Bloody Disgusting.
Then that new Doom movie trailer looks awful. It looks terrible. It looks like... How did they even get the movie right? The names to the movie right? It's like no budget. It looks like it was just done in a warehouse.
And the lead actress is like, why am I here?
Yeah. I only watched that trailer once, so hopefully it ends up being good in a B-movie sort of way. Like, that's how I can enjoy the original Doom movie, because it's
I didn't mind the original Doom movie. Like, I thought there were elements of that were fun. It was just they messed with the canon and made it about genetics instead of...
Yeah, but it was more based on Doom 3 at the time anyway.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun as... It's not as good as Predator, obviously, but it's like one of those kind of like a crew of special forces go in and they get slowly picked off until they find the monster and stuff like that. And you get to see, like, I guess, spoilers to the 2005 Doom movie, but like you get to see The Rock do the turn and be a villain in the movie, which that's fun.
Spoilers.
I literally just said that. And of course, the first-person shooter sequence, that was fun.
Yeah,
you can just watch that by itself. It's fun on its own.
It's like, yeah, here's the lead up to this one This one spot. It was cool though.
Yeah, it's fun popcorn movie. It's probably better than like the Street Fighter movie, for example, like in terms of production quality.
But Bisonopolis.
Yeah.
And the Bison dollars.
I mean, I'm not saying it's more fun than the Street Fighter movie.
That movie is terrible. That movie is awful. I don't care what people try to tell me. Oh, it's a fun time. It's not a fun time.
Quick, change the channel. I love that shit. It's bad, but it's fun bad.
I tried watching it on Netflix, and I was like, woof, this is rough. There's moments to laugh at, like Bisonopolis, but...
Yeah. I mean, you gotta go for it with what it is. If you had like a heightened expectation of it, I can see not enjoying it that much.
But
by heightened expectation, being under the impression that it's actually good in some fashion.
Yeah.
Miles brings up the Dungeon Siege movie.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. I saw that. I had blacked that out of my mind.
Was that the Jason Statham one?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm thinking about the same thing. In the Name of the King, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
They made a second one of those with Dolph Lundgren time traveling. And the fact that I didn't watch a time traveling Dolph Lundgren night movie shows you the impression that first one left. I watched Command Performance, for fuck's sake. The one where he's a drummer and he beats the shit out of people with instruments. So he stabs somebody with the neck of a guitar in that movie. That movie is fun, stupid. I only saw it once, though. I should probably watch it again. I literally got that and, what was it? Direct Contact or Direct Contract. I can't remember what it is. 2 very low-tier Dolph Lundgren movies. I got those in the dollar store. That's where I heard of and purchased them. Worst compositing on a drive into the sunset sequence I've ever seen. Like, I've never noticed the special effects in a drive into the sunset scene, but Direct Contact. Oof, that movie's horrible. At least Command Performance is fun in its badness. But fuck Dungeon Siege. Why did you have to remind me that I had seen that stupid thing? Yeah, Weibo.
Should give a shout out. I was gonna say, let's give a shout out to Miles and Catherine for their little. If you haven't watched it yet, their little Nintendo indie video that they put out the other day.
Oh, nice.
That's a really good watch.
That was a cool event.
Yeah, they got invited to attend that event and talk with developers about their game. It was really it's a recommendation, a rocket sauce recommendation for you.
That's awesome. I'll definitely have to track that down.
A rock wreck?
A rock wreck, yeah. It's saucy.
Rocket sauce.
It's saucy.
Saucy.
I think there's like a Phil Hartman, like Saturday Night Live, but he's like, that's what I think he's like sassy. That's what he says. So he's like, that's sassy, you know? That's saucy.
Oof. Miles is listing Uwe Boll movies in the chat.
Alone in the Dark?
He didn't get there yet. I guess he's going in order of quality because he did House of the Dead, Postal, and then Hitman.
There's a Dead or Alive movie too. I know I've seen that. With, what's her face too. With what's her face? Jamie Presley.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh man, the only thing crazier than an Uwe Boll movie is Uwe Boll. He lives in Vancouver apparently. I don't want to go check. I think he has a restaurant.
Q-Dog. Where's he at, Q-Dog? I really think Miss Q-Dog should come in here and steal the show. What do you guys think?
If she wants to.
I want to know what's for supper.
Yeah.
King of Fighters. Wow, I hadn't even seen that one.
I didn't
what
know
kind of vapors was the range hood sifting out tonight?
They also did a Tekken movie. I don't think that was Uwe Boll, though. I don't think King of Fighters was either. But bad video game movies, what's the difference?
I kind of want to know what happened to that Sly Cooper one that they were working on and teased.
I forgot about that too. Huh.
It had a
Yeah, that
decent
was a
trailer.
thing. Yeah.
I wonder if just Ratchet and Clank didn't meet expectations, but I thought it had
Oh,
like a really
no, it
cheap,
did not.
I thought it just had a really cheap budget. It's not a bad movie, actually. It's actually I thought it was pretty decent for
I
an
haven't
animated
seen
movie.
it yet, but I've played the game, so it's like I've seen one side of that story. But I have the Blu-ray. It's still sealed though.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely not. I've seen a lot worse video game movies, and it's not.
Mhm.
It's actually I had a good time watching it. I think I watched it off of Netflix. I know it didn't review well, but I didn't think it was that bad of a movie. They just had most of the voice actors from the game. And I think that's essentially what it is. There's no real. Stallone was one of the actors.
Who did he voice?
Not the villain, but like the second villain, I think. I can't remember.
No idea.
Yeah.
Another in the line of not that bad video game movies, although problematic in certain ways, obviously, Prince of Persia.
The
Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
That's his name. Yep.
With
the Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Iron Thor.
The Iron Thor.
Like, isn't that what what's his nuts says at the end of the trailer? It's like he's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one person.
Checking out Sega Shop. I'm thinking about getting Alex the Kid.
Flash Thompson, that's the character.
Alex the Kid shirt.
Alex the Kid or just Alex Kid?
Alex Kid, yeah. I don't know why I say Alex the Kid.
Hey man, I do stuff I love to say TGIF Fridays.
Alex Kid and Miracle World shirt. They got some cool looking shirts on there.
Like go back and play Jazz the Jackrabbit.
Commander the Keen.
Kid the Chameleon.
Kid the Chameleon.
I think Jazz Jackrabbit might have been too deep a reference for this, but slightly.
No, I remember Jazz Jackrabbit.
Yeah, I just mean in terms of getting a laugh. It's not exactly a chuckler. Anyway, should we do pickups?
Yes.
I only have one thing, but unless I completely didn't show something last week. Did I show that Star Wars book last week? Does anyone care or remember at all?
Which week don't you show a Star Wars book?
This is a fair point. I haven't in a while. It was a Queen's Shadow. I actually finished this. It was pretty good. Doesn't crack like my top 5 or anything, but probably top 10 of the Star Wars books I've read. Of the new ones, I've read like 19 of them, I think. Pretty good. But on to a thing I actually got this week. Got the Blu-ray for Spider-Verse.
Sweet.
So looking forward to watching that finally tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
They listed it as an Academy Award nominee for some reason.
Probably got printed before.
Yeah, it doesn't say best animated feature winner. It just says best animated feature Academy Award nominee.
That's funny, Milo. Super the Mario.
Super the Mario.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I got a couple things.
Okie
I mostly took advantage because it was sale week at Half Price Books, so I picked up a couple.
So was it quarter price books that week?
Actually, no. Sunday was half price, so actually, what lived up to the name?
Bump it over to Rocket Sauce.
Well, what's half of half? Damn it! Oh,
hold on.
No, keep it on them. Keep it on them. I'll do it from here.
All right.
We live reactions of Cody's reactions to Ryan's pickups.
Yeah.
You don't get to see Ryan's pickups.
I presented the wrong person.
So I picked this up on Friday with the 40% off coupon. I picked up Metal Gear Acid. I was not aware. I mean, so I was kind of just going after all the Metal Gear games that I don't own. This is one of them. It's complete. I have it in my PSP. I was trying it out the other day. Problem is with this game, it's an actually RPG, turn-based RPG game.
Yeah, it is like a strategy, like a tactical, right?
Yeah, with
I think
cards.
so, yeah, where you definitely take turns doing it, and I'm like, wow. So I don't know if I'll be playing this, but definitely off the Metal Gear collection. Like I said, I popped it in. Looks pretty damn good off my PSP, but gameplay wise, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get into this one.
No.
You can ad hoc with that too, right? Is that the one, or is it?
I think so, yeah, because it says you can do like two-player. There's two characters in it, so
yeah.
One of them being Solid Snake. And then I picked this up on Sunday. It was 50% off, and I've been eyeing this for a while. I was just kind of always wanting to get it for $5 or less, and this gift brought it down to $5. So I got PlayStation All Stars, or PlayStation Smash, if you will, featuring Bad Dante and the guy who makes bad Metal Gear Solid games, Raiden. Yeah, it's good, but I'll tell you
featuring
this:
Hellgast.
the thing about it is it for a fighting game, it does two. It seems like it's right. It tries to do things from Smash and things from other fighting games, but the thing is, it does the middle spot it gets in is not good. It's not a bad game, and the gameplay is great. But I'll give an example: Smash Brothers. The goal is to knock your opponent out of the facility, and that and that's you get a KO point for that. This one you have to. There's no death meter either in this one either. You just have to keep charging up your meter, keep charging it up, and eventually you have to hit your opponent with like essentially
a finisher.
Yeah, it's just an R2 button. It's kind of like the ultimate smash. Like when you get you break a smash ball in Smash Brothers. Essentially, that's the only way you can knock someone out of this game. So you have to keep charging the meter.
Very weird.
Yeah, so it takes forever. It's not like a fast gameplay because of that, because you just have to keep going. If you miss, guess what? You don't get the KO, so you have to keep charging back up again. And it's one of those games where it's like it's got all the potential in the world, but it misses. It completely whiffs. So, look at there's Q Dog.
Q Dog.
And the last thing is I got to set another half price books. I picked this up because I have the other gun, but I don't have this one. And I got the Mad Catz Sega Dreamcast light gun for House of the Dead. And there's a couple of light gun games, but got this for half off, so that brought it down to $15. I don't see this one too often. I get the
good deal, dude.
I've never
seem to find a dang Dreamcast gun.
Yeah,
that I'd pay price for.
So I picked it up. It was $30. Right here because I know Bill likes the sticker prices, but it's $15 with the half off sticker. So I picked that up. So now I have both guns for the Dreamcast. So there's like the Interact one and the Mad Catz one, and the main reason why is because of Columbine, that happening not too far prior to it, and Sega didn't want to, license a light gun at the time, so they let Mad Catz do it for them and Interact. So that's it.
You deal with that backlash. We don't want any of it.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing is they're like, well, we don't want any angry parents come at us, so we'll just point the finger somewhere else.
Yeah.
No, man. All right, I got. I was showing earlier the Sonic collection here. Does not work. I'm gonna have to clean it. I took it apart just now. The board looks good, but pins are bad. Got that for a couple bucks. Got this for a couple bucks, in which I didn't notice on the auction until after I bought it. It's got a bunch of slices in the label. Somebody decided to go Saint Sword on the old label, and paid a couple bucks for that. It's like a side scroller type RPG like game. I got this for just a couple dollars, which I was glad about. I still want to get a complete copy, but I got Strider. So
I think I made that joke last week too.
Yep.
I got this Castle of Illusion or Land of Illusion complete. I had to actually import that from Germany for. It's actually a European part of the European collection, but
Germania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it for like $20, man. It was a good deal. I got this one. This is for the American collection. This is complete.
Cues and Ghosts.
Yep.
That's a good one.
And then I had to import this, which was funny because it's the American one and it was the only listing I found for it. I had to import it from Australia.
Those are both good to get, yeah.
Yeah, Moonwalker. And I thought that was funny because there was like Moonwalker all over, but you couldn't find the one with the American manual.
Yeah.
So
that's the only version that I haven't played.
And then I got another awesome pickup the other day. Q-Dog knows about it, but
did you pick it up because of leaving Neverland or whatever it's called?
No, I remember playing it actually growing up with a friend. He rented it and we played that and we played Strider on the Genesis like the same night. Those were the rentals we were playing, and you know, there was just a couple nights like that of certain games that stuck in my mind. Like another night over at his house, I remember we binged on Golden Axe 2, Junction, and Decap Attack. And then another night, I went over to his house and we binged on DJ Boy, Streets of Rage, and Shadow Dancer. So, I mean, you had a few nights of major binging where those games got engraved in your mind.
Shadow Dancer, that's on my list for Midwest.
But that's all I got for this week.
Okay. I'm gonna say just one thing, just because you mentioned Metal Gear and Metal Gear collecting for portable, and I remembered I had this, but I don't really care about it. So if anyone's looking for this, show me an offer on it. Is the pre-order protector case from Portable Ops for the PSP? The shell. Like, I literally got just handed this in EB Games one time.
Was that for ESO's? It for Peace Walker?
Portable Ops.
Oh, Portable
It's a plastic shell for the original model. So yeah, if there's any interest in that, I have it, and I don't care. So, how's it going, Eric?
Good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
I'm sure there's some echo because this room isn't the best. But
are you in your hallway?
No, I'm in the dining room.
So you did fire up the new CPU.
Oh, yeah. It's been on nonstop since Sunday. Transferring stuff around, syncing it up with the NAS, downloading. Yeah. Lots of work to get it set up. It's still not completely there, but it's getting there. I thought I was going to have to set some stuff up for the Hangouts, but I've installed Chrome on this, and the damn thing just worked.
Just like the whatever it's called. That's all you need for new Stevia.
Stevia.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I heard about it certainly, but I didn't quite understand what it was yet. So I'll have to look into that.
It's basically, from my understanding, a streaming service, but I think they're just trying to promote it so like any device can handle it as long as it can run Chrome.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like more to drum up developer interest right now, I think, because they said they're going to reveal more in the summer. Because they didn't reveal
totally
pricing or anything like that. Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. Join us. But I would basically expect most modern games to go on that. If you saw like the pickup rate for like the Epic Store, things will pick up on that pretty quick. Granted, they need to get used to like the development tools a little bit, but I imagine it wouldn't be that hard.
I mean, they said that it was already working with Unreal and Unity, so everything that's on those engines already should operate okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like you do have to probably adjust one or two things in the code to get it working, at least first.
Is that controller working, Ryan?
Yep.
Those are the ones that we have.
The Mad Catz one?
Yeah, when we bought...
it definitely clicks.
Yeah.
Clicky.
A coworker of mine was telling me a bit about that. One of them has like a thin trigger or something like that, and by that I mean like the trigger can break easily, and there's like a workaround for it where you have to break off a little piece of plastic. So I was just seeing if that's the Mad Catz one or it's the Interact, but Interact one's never been an issue. So
okay, I don't know. I'm sorry, we've never had a problem with ours either, but we haven't really used it in 15 years.
This feels fine. Killing zombies right here.
Confidential Mission, that's another good one on the Dreamcast.
Oh, damn it, let's go die.
Eric, did I bug you with the last Transformer I picked up, or is that like last time you were on?
I don't think I've seen it.
It's a new Ultra Magnus.
Oh yeah, is that the Siege or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that on Amazon.
Yeah, this is the scale with the Optimus Prime. A little larger.
A little larger, right?
Yeah, definitely more expensive. And it does have a core, like, Prime body, a different one than this.
Oh,
okay. I just need to look up the instructions because I can't figure out how to get, like, the main piece off. And I just don't want to force it. And I also don't want to read the instructions because they're kind of terrible.
Yeah, those Siege figures look pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the design of that where it's like the armor, like the shoulder pads going on and like the leg pieces, because I have nostalgia for the early 2000s incarnation of Robots in Disguise has a fire truck Optimus Prime that has kind of an armored super mode. I like that figure, so that reminds me of that. He's got kind of RID design elements to him, like of the Ultra Magnus from that, like the bumper kind of has a thing like that. Cool figure.
I had the Optimus RID, and I had Megatron, which was like a 6-changer.
Yeah, he was like a fucking Batmobile. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I never got him, though, which always worked for me.
And I kept Prowl and Sideburn, which was the police car, and then a Dodge Viper, which I thought was really cool.
I have one of those. Oh, yeah, I have Sideburn.
The blue...
got that from Steven.
That was the one I'm like, wow, these are nice figures. I got to get this.
They're complicated as hell, and not in a good way.
Yeah, I know. They are complicated. Those are the last Transformers. Other than that Blitzwing you sent me, those are the last ones.
Yeah. Yeah. RID was not fantastic in terms of like the actual transformations. This guy's a goddamn mess.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, cool for the time. It's definitely different.
Good, and the robot mode's pretty good.
Yeah, just a little overly complex.
Yeah, really complex. Really complex. Yeah, that's the guy. I got him upstairs somewhere.
I guess I can show him. I got it. I got the one pickup.
Sorry for my Transformers distraction.
No, you're fine. Don't apologize.
I will break Eric one day.
I know you're trying. I'm trying not to get into it, believe.
I'll have to send him more Transformers to do it. I have spares.
Is that right? All right, what have we got?
The only thing I picked up was something to assist with this kind of thing, and that's this guy.
A key light? What is that?
It is this light panel that's providing all this wonderful light.
Why is it called a key light?
Well, it's meant for like streamer situations, right? Is that covered? You see that all right?
I see.
Yeah, so it's on
what kind of streaming camera is that? Look at that sucker on the
looks like an old 35 millimeter.
Is that a DSLR?
Is that a GoPro?
It's like
it could be a GoPro with a lens on it.
Yeah, like that's what I was just going to say. It's a GoPro with a giant lens.
Like a wide angle lens, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought Elgato made a camera too, though, recently for.
I don't know if they have. I mean, I think they've sort of said that like Logitech's the way to go for that, but I want the cam link so that I can use my DSLR as a webcam. Like that would be nice. That also will streamline like video stuff too, because then I can just save it directly to my computer and not have to swap memory cards and stuff like that. There you go. Bill's got it. So there's the 3-point lighting is a key light, a fill light, and a backlight.
Oh, right. I gotta look.
Dude,
I got really good at the backlight thing a couple of years ago.
Where'd you get that Sonic statue back there?
What? There?
Yeah.
Amiibo.
Yeah.
That's
The
an amiibo.
Sonic one?
That's an amiibo.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. I have a few amiibo scattered throughout. Like the Shovel Knight one is up by the Wii U, and Cloud is standing on the Final Fantasies, and Rob and Duck Hunt are sitting up by the NES games, and then all the rest are like they're all the Metroid ones are there. All the Zelda ones that I have are there. But yeah.
And get those spare Transformers out.
See, with all this extra light, you can see the stuff in the back. Amazing.
Yeah.
But I can tinker with. I was showing these guys earlier. I can tinker with like the color profile, so I can I have a really fairly warm temperature right now, but I can take it blue. I can make it really blue, and then I can also make it really bright. And
And you just gotta act like there's a ghost on the other side, like ah!
Oh, am I super washed out right now? Yeah.
Are you gonna do the like
Paul Bearer? Is that what you want? Is that what you want out of me?
No, I was thinking more than of the kind of more like the classic, maybe Three Stooges. Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay. Get a point like ghost.
Zoink Scoob!
We got those.
That wasn't too bad. Good one, Shaggy.
Ruh-roh, Raggy!
I'm going to grab those spare Transformers. There's only a couple of them. But if you want something completely on brand for me, in order to get to the spare Transformers, I had to take some off the top of it and also move a Star Wars plug-and-play.
What is that madness?
It's a, it's got a motion control in it. It's a Clone Wars kind of spaceship fighter thing. Like almost like a light gun shooter kind of thing.
Okay.
It's pretty decent, actually.
It's wild looking.
And apparently I paid $5 for it. But I haven't really played it much, but it was decent from what I remember. There's a couple motion-based ones. But that one's fairly good if you run across it. But speaking of fairly good, these spares were actually pretty good Transformers. Is got a Twin Twist? Yeah, it's Twin Twist. I keep getting him mixed up with his companion Top Spin for obvious reasons. For people who know who those characters are, at least.
I missed that. Is that automatic changer thing from G1?
No. These are the newer figures.
Yeah.
Like they were that originally, but they're full deluxes in this now. This is a really good mold, actually. Like the weapons are painted and all that.
Twin Twist or something? Or?
Yeah. And they did Top Spin as well. It's the same mold, but they changed like bits, like these treads or wings on him and stuff like that. But like, I'm glad I have both because they're pretty cool figures. And Trigger Happy as well. They made a
remake of the G1.
Yeah, these are all just updates of G1 figures.
Yeah, okay.
And these ones are all Headmasters because that was a gimmick for a while.
Oh god, yeah, that's when I got out of Transformers because I thought Headmasters were so stupid.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Some of these are cool, but yeah. But this is in vehicle mode, but it's a spare, so I can pull out the robot mode and show it at the same time.
Here's Melinda's
there it is.
collectors.
But I've got a spare Hot Rod, so that's robot mode and vehicle mode for him. Pretty cool figure.
Yeah,
dude, she collects the Scooby-Doos. She's got the Mystery Machine in there and like a bunch of the bad guys.
Just two more of those Transformers, and then I'll shut up. But I'll show the slightly lesser one first. This guy's okay. but they just re-released him, so he's kind of an older figure. Is they did a Cosmos.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, I like the Legends class. So of
Kitness.
course they completely got rid of him in Siege. It's like, gah! It's like my favorite size class of Transformer, and they got rid of him. But this guy is character like he inspires more of a chuckle, but I really like this figure of him is Sea Spray.
Yeah,
Like-
I was thinking about getting those.
Yeah, like now you can for cheap.
Are those dupes?
Yes, these are all dupes. That's why I could show 2 hot rods at the same time.
All right.
These are just sitting here. I would not charge you much.
All right, I'll think about it because I was
Yeah.
thinking about getting those.
These are all good figures. Like, shoot me an offer on those. I won't ask much for them. They're basically like I bought a huge eBay lot, so they're basically write-offs. I essentially got them for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The entire purpose of them was so I could make a little bit of money back on the huge deal.
Melissa's yelling no from upstairs.
No!
Yeah, all right. All right. I'll let you know. I'm probably not, but I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. It's so tempting. Is that it? Do we kill the combo here?
How's the new computer?
Nice. Like I mentioned, look, it's nice and quiet. It seems to be fast. I put in one of those NVMe, those little hard drive. They're like drives. They're like on a size of a stick of gum.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about? They're real fast. So Windows boots up nice and quick. But
I don't think I've seen one that small. I have a solid state for my main drive.
Yeah, these are they're not SATA. They use a special. I guess they were designed for laptops. They use a special connection, and there's no. You just plug it in, like you slide it in like a cartridge, and it does power and data. They're about the size of a stick of gum, and because it uses this new connection, it's optimized for SSDs, and I learned that it uses about 4. It's like a PCI Express 4-lane data path. So they're really fast, even faster than a standard 2.5-inch SSD. So yeah, it boots pretty quick, pretty snappy.
That's good.
Like I mentioned, though, I got this. I mentioned to you, Musty, I wanted to get I got the new graphics card, and I was hoping to use it to do some encoding. Hardware-based encoding, but I'm struggling to try to get that to work. So that's one big thing I'm trying to work on right now.
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to get in and see if I can figure anything out for you there.
No, don't worry about it. It's so bizarre, and I'm using such old software and on a brand new graphics card that I don't know what to. I can't find anything that actually addresses my my problem. There's a lot of suggestions, but they're all they don't work. They're not working.
They don't know what they're talking about.
I shot you a DM on Twitter, Eric, just so you
thanks.
have an idea of what I'm thinking on those. It's not very much.
Okay. Thanks. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'm trying.
No pressure, but I'm just letting you know it's
that's
not
a nice
much.
offer. I appreciate it.
Did you actually see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I just loaded it up.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah,
Something other than Transformers.
fast. I just flipped over, looked at it, and came back. No, I'm trying to do something else here. No, I did see it though. P1 gave me a code for a movie, but it's I presumed there would be some possibly Canadian codes won't work in the U.S. and unless I've typed it wrong several times in a row here, my suspicions are confirmed. The Canadian code will not work here.
That sucks.
Yeah, it kind of does suck. Anyway, so much for that.
You can't put it in like at .ca or something.
Showing my backup Transformers summoned Steven, apparently.
Yeah, it's like dirty talk, and Bill shows up.
Hmm.
Is he still in the chat? Be mad at me for that.
Hey,
like
Steven, if you
Fred
happen to have a backup swoop, let me know. That's the only Dinobot I'm missing.
He's like, let me just check shelf 6.
I gotta look at
row 3.
Go ahead and talk about something else. I'm not just gonna wait in silence for him to reply.
I see the merger's about to happen in like 30 minutes.
For Fox and Disney,
Mhm.
or
Yep.
What are you afraid they're gonna snap or something? Like,
I just wanted
what's gonna happen in the morning? Like,
it to be official. That's the only thing.
You got to be
It's
worried
pretty much
about
there,
what
but
they're
it
gonna
won't be
do.
until officially they announced it or something like that. So
I still think the picture of Mickey with the Infinity Gauntlet is pretty awesome.
mm-hmm.
Have you guys all seen Captain Marvel?
nope.
I has.
I has now too.
I haven't even seen Ant-Man and Wasp yet. It's on Netflix. I need to get to that.
I haven't seen that either, actually.
Oh, we like Ant-Man.
Red Don't Dud.
Red Don't Dud. That's right. Red Don't Dud.
I wanted to see it. I just haven't.
Yeah. I think it's worth it.
Yeah. I got into the Spider-Verse now, so I'm probably gonna be watching that first. So actually, I'm definitely watching that first. And of course, Steven has no spare swoop, just Grimlock.
I'll keep an eye out for Swoop for you.
Nice. He's way off the pegs, so unless you find really old stock, it's
that's what I was going to say. I mean, I remember going, and I don't get out to Target or these stores very much anymore, but when I went back to that Target where I got you those Terror Cons, they were all gone.
Yeah. The only Terrorcon I have issues with is still the only one that didn't come from you. So, of course. And of course I got it from Walmart and lost the receipt, so there's nothing I can do about it. I think I just have to sand down a peg. It's Ripper Snapper if Steven knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay, I know that one too.
And it's like, I think some of the pegs were too long in the legs, so they don't fully shut in Terrorcon mode. The whatever they were calling the animal mode in those.
Oh, yeah.
Not Predacons, because they made Predaking again.
No, that was different, yeah.
God, Predakin's tempting. He's like this fucking big. The thing is like on sale. He's like $170 Canadian. They're making Omega Supreme as well, and a new.
Yeah, I saw that.
And a new Jetfire.
That's
not in the necessarily original design, but there's 2 modes for him. Much smaller figure, but still like $100 or something.
G-Dog, when did you restart the MCU universe over again? Because you said you're rewatching them.
Yeah, it was probably about a month or so ago. We went through the first phase pretty quickly because we have all those movies. But then we got stalled on phase 2 because we have almost none of them, it turns out. But Melissa got Dark World. We watched Iron Man 3. So I found some website that listed them. And I think we're watching them in release order.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I can tell, Iron Man 3 was the first one that came out after Avengers, and then Thor, Dark World. So that's what we're
you're at the bottom of the barrel right now.
Yeah, there's
Thor's okay.
Thor 2?
Yeah.
Thor 2. I don't remember liking it very much, but we're gonna watch it. There's another one. Oh, we don't have Guardians of the Galaxy 1. We don't have Thor 2. We don't have Ant-Man. I think these are all phase 2 movies.
Yeah.
We don't have Doctor Strange either. But we have
that one still might be on Netflix.
Yeah. So hopefully it will be on there by the time we get to it. So yeah.
We just watched Ultron over the weekend.
Oh, so you're done with phase 2?
So we're into phase 3. We skipped Thor 2 though.
I'm gonna step away for a minute.
You're in the end game now.
So is everyone doing this? Are you ready for it?
Yeah, well, I mean, yes. The short answer, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took my son to see Captain Marvel because we figured with it being a prequel, it would probably be okay to not ruin anything in particular. So
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys? Can I ask an off-topic question?
Sure.
Which is what I'm looking at right now. We got a letter today from something called the IWK Foundation. It's apparently a maritime hospital in Nova Scotia, but it does not appear to be a. Well, maybe it is.
That's the hospital that Extra Life went through for the club.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
You're sure? Okay.
I'm certain of that. Yes.
I'm assuming it had to have been that because again, it's Nova Scotia. But this didn't sound like a children's hospital. But now that I read the letter a little carefully, and by which I mean to the end, maybe it is. Maybe it is a
reading more than a sentence.
Yeah.
Hello, Eric. I got to hello, Eric. Yeah. I kind of stopped.
Thank you. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Well, that would make sense. I mean, this is dated February, but the stream was in December, so I guess it took them a while. But if you're confident that's what it is,
I'm certain that IWK is the one for.
Did you guys get letters like these? Whoever donated?
Not yet.
Is it a tax thing?
Well, if it is, it's too late because I didn't get. Well, maybe. I guess I could. It doesn't say it. It just says thank you for your support. Thanks, and they tell me about a couple of the patients that had recent surgeries. Thanks. It's just a thank you letter. It doesn't say anything about taxes, but maybe that's because
they must have appreciated your donation more than mine.
Mine. I'm sorry. I don't.
No, I'm totally joking.
I mean, it took forever to get here, so we did the donation in December. It's dated February 20th, and today's March 19th. So it took a while, but okay.
Like I did a couple years ago for when Josh did his. And I still get emails every once in a while from the Texas one.
Oh yeah. That's Josh, right? He's down there. Musty, are you playing Anthem?
I am.
Oh man, you guys are so far.
You guys should get Division 2.
I want to play with you guys.
Let's play.
Isn't Division 2 brand new? Didn't that just come out? I keep hearing all of it.
Friday. Yeah.
Friday. Okay.
I picked it up. I got just a digital copy.
Digital.
Boy, the tiers they have on that are ridiculous, dude.
Whoa.
Like for the little differences you get.
What are you talking about?
Oh, just the tiers for Division 2. Like you go from $59.99 for the game to $104 for a season pass, and then $120 for one with all the current extra skins.
Nah, it's all just
like wow,
cosmetic shit.
Kind of pissed me off. I was like, I'm just gonna get the regular copy, you know.
Is there actually DLC in the season pass, or is it all cosmetic?
No, there's DLC. Like it'll like with Division 1, I bought the DLC pack, and it included all the DLC that came out for like the first year and a half.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a sale on that down the road.
That's what I decided.
They'll definitely do that down the road.
Are you hearing Anthem? Because I thought I had the.
No.
I was just.
So you're just drawing conclusions, and I was
just guessing. I was like,
you're staring off screen, and you're being real quiet.
Yeah, you're playing something. Obviously, I just guessed it was Anthem. I suppose it could be Zelda 2, but or the next month.
Not yet.
What's Zelda 2 cartridge game of the month?
Yeah,
April.
For April.
We are gonna.
I've never played it. I've always been kind of interested in playing. I mean,
here's your opportunity, my friend.
Exactly, Cody. That's where I am too. So I gotta get to Catherine though.
I mean, it looks kind of cool, and I played Zelda 1, you know, and it's like, man, I should give that a go, you know.
Exactly right.
But Nintendo Online version, the eShop version of the
it's on the
Switch
eShop
version of the Switch, or the actual cartridge.
Switch version probably.
I'm doing official cartridge just because.
Aren't you? So I'm like scared to death of losing my save.
Yoshi changed out my battery, so I should be good.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you've got a Yoshi helping you out, sure.
Yeah.
Dude, that's something that I really want to think about investing in, is like sending all these backup these games that got that save in it. Like, you know, I don't know if I want to do it myself. I mean, I think I could, but I'd hate. Don't you have to hook it up to like a 9-volt battery to keep
you have to have like a defibrillator going or something.
Yeah, if you're terrified of losing your save, but honestly, is it really that big of a deal to you?
Save. I don't want to wipe it. I thought you had to hook it up to a battery so you don't wipe the.
No, that's only if you don't want to lose your save.
That's only for the save. Yeah, you're not going to lose the game. You're not going to lose.
If you're doing a transplant with a existing save, that's where you.
Where you. Yeah. Exactly right.
All you got to do is just heat the contacts out. You know, heat the solder up on the back and just get it pulled through the board and then replace that. Right.
Correct.
If you get the ones that already have the pins on them.
Yeah, you have to get the pins.
Which don't get the ones where you have to. Where that's not the case.
I should do that. I'm just thinking about all these games that I got, that the old RPGs that have that. And you know, the other one too is you guys were talking about the Xbox cut. You know, I want to do that, but I'm kind of nervous about doing that too, you know.
Xbox cut?
You're talking about the clock capacitor?
Yeah. Maybe I wasn't talking to you guys about it. It might have been somebody else, but I was in a guy's stream talking, and he was there. They're bringing up that Xbox capacitor thing, and they say a lot of guys just take it out, you know, and then you know what happens if it fails all the way? Is your system?
There's a chance that it won't lock up. There's a chance that it starts eating away at the board.
Okay.
Which isn't good, but is not the end of the world. If do you find that does it hold the clock as it is right now, or
no, or yeah, it does. I don't know. I haven't hooked it up in over a year. It's just sitting there. I should probably hook it up, check it out. I know my Dreamcast doesn't. I know my Saturn, even though I replaced that damn battery in it, doesn't. Which that's a pain.
But yeah, I mean, you can just snap the thing off. There is a way to swap it and add a replacement battery to allow it to still function. I mean, the worst thing that happens is that you have to reset your clock every time you turn the thing on, if you don't have that capacitor there. Which is either an annoyance or, you know, I don't know. It's something you'd have to deal with.
You don't think that clock interferes with any of the that Xbox?
I mean, there really aren't any. There aren't any games that use the clock for game purposes. There were some systems. I can't remember what system it was that had some functionality that you'd turn the clock forward and then suddenly it would. What am I thinking of? I'm totally blanking on what that is. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, Anthem.
I got crystals to destroy right now. Come here.
Destroy crystals.
Yeah. There's a world event that seems to be somewhat new. It's that picture I posted with that weird pink kind of placeholder thing. I just had that one again.
I've never seen that.
You know what? What's the Discord for this? I don't think I'm in the Discord.
The club one?
No, I am. Never mind. Does anybody ever use that audio channel in there, like the chatting channel, or
Not really.
People have, like I think Josh used it when, Josh used it. He had a Minecraft one going for a little bit. For when they would do like random Minecraft. He had a Minecraft server going. That's what I'm trying to say. And who knows? Maybe that pops up again.
You know what game came out and then I was surprised to see almost complete radio silence from the club on that one as far as multiplayer? Smash. It was like no one played it multiplayer together as far as I'm aware.
Q Dog, Miss Q Dog.
They said hi.
I still have to sign up for the online service though. That's my fault. If it was free like the last one, I probably played a whole bunch. But I'm just like, I think essentially I just keep waiting for more of the DLC to come out and everything. Or I'm like, eh. But I will go back to it. It's just that I have a gajillion other things I'm trying to play right now. It didn't help that the year started off kind of hot with Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry for me right now. Where I'm playing some new games right away, so I'm not really going back to ones I started.
I never really played through the single player on that yet. I put it in to get like the gold points, and that was about all. Not due to lack of interest, just having gotten to it.
RE2 or
no Smash.
I started the story mode, but it's also one of those things where it's like I get more enjoyment just playing the actual fighting part of it, not so much the story.
I was enjoying classic mode. That was the pro tip that you gave me, Ryan, was to.
Hey, is $35 a good price for Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Yeah, because Nintendo doesn't ever put their things on sale ever.
Unless they greatest hits it.
Yeah, and they get a yucky red label.
All right.
Better than yellow.
And what about that? What's that other one? It's Fire Emblem. It's like a fighter or something.
Arms?
Heroes?
It's for the Switch.
More like probably the
Fire Emblem Heroes, is that?
Probably.
That's the one that's supposed to be like
Dynasty Warriors,
yeah,
right?
The Dynasty Warriors, yeah.
A Musia? Is that what it is? Is that the right term?
Muso.
There you go.
I'm thinking about getting that Zelda, though. I haven't played that.
It's good, Ron.
I've been thinking about rebuying it on Switch, but it won't drop under $80. I just don't want to play it on the fucking Wii U.
So that's a good price then.
Very much so.
Okay. And I might even be able to talk the guy down $10. So.
I mean, considering that game's been out for 2 years, and you're not going to find a better price for it than that at the moment.
Yeah. If your options are full 60 or $30, go for the $30.
Keep waiting for him to release that Alex the Kid.
Alex the
Kid. Yeah, Alex Kid. God, why do I do that? Alex the Kid. Why?
Kid the Chameleon remake coming soon.
It's terrible.
Toe the jam.
You know, I did get that, and I started playing it. It's okay. There's definitely some bugs with it, so I'm just holding off, letting get some patches out. But
I think it's Toe Jam and the Earl.
Yeah.
The Earl of Toe Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get back to Captain Toad, the treasure tracker.
I got that on Wii U.
I got that.
But with the Switch version, you get some extra levels, isn't it?
Yeah, and they just released new DLC for it. I haven't beaten the main campaign, so I haven't gotten the DLC yet, but time for an adventure! Again, charming as hell. That impression was not what the game is.
She thinks he's cute. Toad's cute.
Indeed.
It's weird if you just sit on the menus. P1 was playing that the other day. If you just sit on the menus, it sounds like Toad's doing a Yoda impression.
I'm not even gonna attempt to combine those two things. That's not happening.
Did you guys do that Sega survey? Anybody?
Yep.
No.
I did.
I did too.
I did not. But I told some people about it, so I
You
did my
did?
part.
I heard it from Musty.
Did you vote for Phantasy Star to get brought over here?
Hell no.
I did. So I canceled all you guys. I canceled one of your other votes.
I voted for Good Games to be brought over.
What? You didn't think Phantasy Star Online was a good game?
I'm not going to play that crap.
I didn't do Fantasy Star Online. I did
Oh,
Fantasy
man.
Star.
That's already out again here.
I don't know if that was. It's true. I can't remember. I can't remember if that was one they offered or not.
The survey starts off asking like what franchise are you a fan of, and then like eventually gets to the part where it's only talking about 4 franchises at the very end.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what would it take for you to stick with Sonic? What would it take you?
Yeah.
You know,
That's annoying. Yeah.
it's like,
Yakuza.
are you interested in this game? And I'm like, what happened about those earlier ones? You know, Crazy Taxi. Let's keep talking about that here. You know, let's not
I
stop.
already bought all the Yakuzas. I think that's my vote.
That was the big section too. It was basically Sonic, Yakuza, and a couple others. But I'm just like, no, I don't care about Football Manager. I don't care about So I let them know that. But they started off with some other things. They're like, would you like merchandise for this? I was like, how can you even give me an option for these games? I was like, I don't give a shit about buying like a this or that franchise. Where's the other ones that you're asking me about franchises I care about? I would buy merch for the ones I voted for earlier.
Oh yeah, the merch. Yeah.
That was a question. And then they ask about digital versus physical. They're like, why do you keep buying physical? You know,
Why do you keep buying this shit, you nerds?
Yeah.
Why do you keep selling it?
What would it take for you to buy digital media? Cheaper pricing, more exclusives, stuff like that.
I told them straight up it's gotta be a lot cheaper to convince me. And it's like, I forgot who put out that tweet yesterday, but it was just like, there's a Destiny 2 copy at GameStop for the Xbox for $5 physical, or you pay $60 digital.
Yeah.
Or way less. It's on sale right now. Not $5 though, but it comes with a little DLC.
But still,
unless it's the Forsaken Legacy Collection, that $5 doesn't get you.
Yeah, but neither did that version that they were selling at GameStop. It was the base version for $60.
Oh,
so
what?
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. It was right. Where I would just honestly like to see a digital price. Like after time, these games should not be $60 2 years down the road on your store. These should be coming down after 6 months, in my opinion. Where it should be, after a year, $20, because it honestly should be after a year, $20 the game for your AAA titles.
$20 the game based on $20.
Most of the time, after a year, stores do not care. They don't carry the game anymore, or they try to flush it off, or it's on the greatest hits rack that is normally $20. It should
they try and do that now with these like flash sales and stuff like that. Like they're getting there, but it's not.
It's not like a consistent.
It's not Steam, right? Like.
Yeah, but yet, in my opinion, you have to wait around for that. When I can just go to the store and get it for much cheaper physically.
Yeah, your flash sales are going to be on stuff that like isn't selling at full price. Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. My research when I did the debates indicates that for relatively recent games, you can often find the physical for cheaper than the digital.
You were correct, sir.
And that's even ignoring resale value of the physical.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I am going to call it a night. I got some Thor to watch. And
That's a good one.
You
Bring me another.
You just want to get a good look at Thor's hammer.
Jeez.
That sounded like that was an innuendo, but
no, he needs to go put the glove on for a while.
All right. Thanks, folks. I will I'll catch up with you next week.
Talk to you later, Eric.
Yeah.
Glove up.
Hammer time.
Take a look at my MCU list to go here. I got 2 in. I believe the next one is Iron Man 2. After that, I think it's a Thor after that. Come on, list. Come on, list. Yep. Thor, then Captain America, then Avengers. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Musty, I'll talk to you in Twitter DM.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
That's it.
Yeah. Funny thing is, granted, those first few movies for the Marvel Universe, they really sets the stage. Even though, I mean, every one of these movies right now seems to make more in 2 weeks than they do in their entire run. This phase 1 line, if you look at the money can't come in, but
well, people are invested in them now.
oh yeah, that's the thing. People probably watched either reruns of them on television and they kind of like, okay, or they go back and
or Netflix, like the newfangled kids do.
But yeah, it's gonna be something else. I think ultimately DC's benefiting off of it too, where everyone's just kind of like
it's like
going to everything.
Does this have a superhero? I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Superheroes, you bet.
Suicide Squad, you bet not.
I don't know. The new one could do something.
Yeah, no, I mean like the first one. I'm looking forward to the second one just because of James Gunn.
Yep. Allegedly, he turned down Superman too.
Why would they want a good director on that movie?
They asked him what he wanted, and he said that. So,
well, that does fit his kind of style, like the ensemble comedy type thing.
Mm-hmm. And he recasted a whole bunch of. I guess it's a reboot too, even though I don't. Oh, it's not being called Suicide Squad 2. It's just called the Suicide Squad. Not even Suicide the Squad.
Oh man, I just got a message from this guy. He's saying, "Don't kill all the guys. I'm farming." Like, I got here first.
Kill him.
Kill them all.
Do it. Do it now.
So I just went to a room ahead of where he was. I'm like, you finish off this room, and then when you get to the room I'm in, they will all be gone.
I actually earned credits to spend on the Nightwave gear in Warframe. Took long enough. get enough daily and weekly bounties done in that, and you can grab like rare items. But the credits take a long time to accumulate. This is riveting for anyone still watching.
I know, right?
Yeah, we can end it, I think, right?
No, or we can stop playing fucking games and actually talk about something.
Well, it's the last 11 o'clock, so that murder should have happened.
Hmm.
Ooh, RoboCop's trending. Let's see what that's about.
Robocop.
Probably gonna be something awful, just the luck of recently.
Right. RoboCop sexually assaulted somebody or something.
No, it's just a joke. I guess people are like saying like, "Oh, you can put RoboCop in anything here."
Oh god.
Well, Steven's asked us to talk about Google stuff.
We already did several times. It's a thing. We'll hear more soon.
Yeah, I get why they didn't have more information, but I want more information.
Yeah. It's like, it's a tease. It's like, we want to know more.
Well, it's a tease to us, but like
Yeah.
the devs that are there this week, like they're getting what they need to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says, okay, Konami game collections then.
Yeah.
Until I know all the Castlevania games.
Yep. Pretty much.
It's cool because not everybody plans to play the games retroly, you know.
Retroly.
I'm trying to think of you know what I'm talking about.
I do. That's not the issue.
I have most of the ones I want, but it's cool for other people who can play, play the games on their modern consoles.
Yeah, more ways for people to play games. That's the benefit of that, and that's the benefit of the Google thing, ideally.
Cool. I'm always holding out for ones that are not easy to obtain.
Yeah.
Like I don't consider the original Nintendo games hard to obtain. I think they're pretty common.
Yeah, which ones were on the NES Classic? The first one and probably two.
The first one and the third one, I thought, right? I thought two's always skipped over.
That makes sense.
No, it is two.
I thought the first three was there.
They skipped over three. They skipped over three, which is weird.
But
and there aren't any on the Switch Online yet.
If they put like Rondo of Blood on that collection, that's a different story, you know.
Yeah, but they just did that.
I know, but
no, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying that's a weird thing to reconcile with that.
I mean, Capcom keeps putting RE4 out every couple weeks, right?
I mean, it sells, so why wouldn't that?
Yeah, that's.
I was gonna make a comment because someone put up a thing saying like there's 8 Resident Evil games on the PS4 to like what a world. I'm like, I was thinking about making a comment saying this is why they keep re-releasing it, because guys like you, I didn't say, the point I was referring to, people keep rebuying it.
Yeah.
I have a friend who constantly rebuys the Resident Evil 4, and he has it several times over. And the thing is, like, he's like, he told me, like, because he didn't like 7. I love 7, and he was telling me, he goes, that franchise should have died a long time ago, and he was not happy about 7. And I was like, dude, you keep rebuying 4, 5, and 6 over and over again. So
Steven said there's only 4 in the collection, but they need to announce 4 more. There's 4 empty slots for the Castlevania one, that's the curious part about it. And it's like, I really do want them to do like a Legacy Collection type thing where they do the originals on one, and then they do like the Symphony of the Night and stuff on the other, or at least the Game Boy Advance games. Those are the ones I want re-released somehow, because like those are the hardest ones to get again.
Or you do like a rare replay for all the Castlevanias and just put 30 Castlevanias on one disc.
Yeah. They'll do the Lords of Shadow trilogy, which I actually wouldn't mind, honestly.
I heard good things about that one. I feel like God of War, like the hack and slash, you know?
Yeah, like the first one's decent, and second one's fucking weird. They just conceptually.
That's
I'm
what
not going to say anything about it because it's a spoiler for the end of the game.
I never played the Dante. I own Dante's Inferno. I've never played it though, and I heard, you know, if you're a fan of, God of War, that's in that wheelhouse.
Yeah, same. I need to play that. I got it with Games with Gold, and I bought it on PS3 before that, because of course that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But I was actually glad because I saw it go on backwards compatibility, and I'm like, fuck, now I wish I hadn't bought it on PS3. And then I got it with Games with Gold, and it's like, perfect. I still haven't played the damn thing. Because that's how that goes. You're really happy to get the games, but you don't play any of them.
It's like, this is my backup plan.
Do you have those consoles still, or do you just not want to bust them out?
I just don't want to deal with the UIs because they just feel so much more sluggish.
That's fair.
And like you get enhancements playing backwards compatible, even if they're minor. It's just easier to load something up on the Xbox One than it is on 360. I don't actually have those hooked up right now. They're in my TV center, but I need to put a second power strip down somehow.
PS3 is so slow when it comes to doing updates too.
Oh god, it's so slow for anything.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you open, like, if you haven't been to the store in some time, there's always like an update, and that takes like 10 minutes to do. You're like, come on, what is up with this?
You have to install the games after they finish downloading.
Yeah, here's one thing. So with PlayStation All Stars, there's a online code here, but it's used. That's why I referenced the store because I went to it yesterday. That is a stupid period of time when they were doing that, where it was like, I know EA was a big proponent of that.
Yeah, and they were doing the online passes.
NetherRealm, because like it was their way of like getting back at people for selling the game. Basically, they're like, we'll sell it for another $5 or $10 to play it online. And apparently, that's still going on because it said like some season was going on for this one here. And I'm like, well, if it was still available, then I would play, but I'm not paying whatever the $5 to $10 to play it online. I'm glad that kind of went away. That was a stupid thing that they were doing.
Yeah.
Because I remember I bought a copy of Mortal Kombat 9, the same thing where it's like, oh, you can't play it online because some dope used it before, and we block you from using it.
Some of those are free to download though now. Like I think I got that with God of War Ascension. I don't think I think there was just some sort of the achievement or trophy for just like picking your faction or something in multiplayer. I think that's all I did.
The God of War Saga came with download code for the
PSP games.
Yeah, that was an example of that. So the copy I got, well, no, those codes have expired.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it was used or not. They can't be redeemed anymore.
Yeah. There is a disc copy for the PSP games. You just need to track it down.
Yeah.
Obviously. But that just sucks. Like, you get the Saga. It's all of them. It's like, no, it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been. Why wouldn't they just throw the fucking other disc in? They printed them already.
I imagine you could even fit it on that one disc, too. But
probably.
Because it is a Blu-ray disc. Those were just ported up, so.
Yeah, but you're dealing with two PS2 games and
two PSP games.
And God of War 3.
Yeah, and those did get remastered quite a bit.
I don't think there's any multi-disc PS3 games.
No. Not really.
Was Final Fantasy 13?
No.
No. Because that was, what, 4?
There's a multi-disc.
360?
There's a multi-disc PS4 game that says that's a fucking thing.
There's always talk of, with Metal Gear Solid 4, that you would need like 7 Xbox discs to play the whole game. Discs. To have the whole game on there, as opposed to the one, because it was DVD versus Blu-ray space.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a Red Dead Redemption 2 has 2 discs.
That's true.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, one was just like to install half the data, and then the other half was like to okay,
play the thing.
Here's the other half of that install, plus you can play it.
Yep.
So
an install disc and a play disc. Oh, digital future, take me now.
I do have. Oh, I probably should add to my want list and adjust here since.
Oh yeah, I haven't even started doing that.
I did want to add the complete edition for Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox because it's backwards compatible, and that I have Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Xbox One anyway. So I like to have series lineup, even though I started on the PS3. I've also heard that apparently the Xbox version plays significantly better, but
which series again?
Red Dead. I never had the problem playing it with it. Maybe it was a thing at launch, but I also have that thing where I like to keep my franchises on the same brand.
Yeah.
And I imagine I can probably get it cheap, Yeah. Every once in a while I'll see I kind of wanted just in the 360 box. I don't like that they're doing that re-releasing where it looks like an Xbox box.
Yeah.
And it's just it's the 360 game, but no, it's like backwards, or it says like 360 / Xbox One.
I don't mind that. Makes sense. They don't have to make new ones the old cases.
Make it the old way, you jerk. I don't like you messing with this.
Look at it as a variant.
Yeah. That's where people like VG Collectaholic to worry about.
Yeah.
Or people
here's 5 different versions of Super Mario 3D World.
Or people who just want to play the damn game for them not to care about it all.
And I do want the Game of the Year edition because the thing what I have for PS3 is I have Red Dead Redemption and then Undead Nightmare separate discs.
Yeah.
I really have the package that's all in one edition. Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, even if it is just the 2 discs in one package. I don't know if that's how it was, but that's how I would imagine it went.
Xbox 360.
The weirdest disc situation on a game, I think, in terms of variation, is Witcher 2. Because there's a version that's 2 discs and a version that's 1 disc. And of course, because it couldn't get any possibly weirder than that, I bought the 1 disc version. It came with the 2 disc discs. Why?
That is odd.
Yeah. I think the second disc in the single disc version, this does get weirder, was like a special edition disc and had bonus stuff on it, and it was just the game itself was on 1 disc. I don't know. It's a weird release. Less irksome than Lost Odyssey being on 4 discs, though.
See if I can get. How much does Metal Gear Solid for the Game Boy go for?
Ooh.
Kind of want that and Resident Evil 2 for the Game Boy.
Whoa, loose disc.
13.
I love it that one of the discs for Lost Odyssey just came in a fucking little
sleeve.
baggie. Little sleeve. It's like, we're out of space, you jerk.
I should sell that. I'm never gonna play that game.
Which one?
Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, you should.
I have an Xbox One download now anyway. But I still like having that copy.
Well, it was like $10 or something at that one point, if I remember right.
What, the download or
Lost Odyssey was, yeah.
the download was free?
Oh, it was. Yeah, you're right.
They did that with a few, like that and Witcher 2. So don't have to deal with that nonsense with either of those.
Ooh.
But yeah, I do need to start putting my list. Although I'm thinking it. I say it now that it's going to be a more modest list than it has been in the past. But who are we kidding?
Well, the thing is, you also then stumble upon something that you completely forgot about at the convention. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That would have been on my list. And
I've been wanting this forever. I just couldn't think about it.
Mm-hmm. I mostly just update my previous list from the last convention. So I had my Portland list, and then I shaved off what I have obtained and add what I don't have here. Yeah, I think Shinobi 3 is complete for the Genesis. It's my top dog at the moment. I would love to get like Demon's Crest for the Super Nintendo. Loose, of course. I'm not one of those weirdos as they then I have like stuff like I have it on the small cardboard version that must have came bundled with something, but I would love to have like the long box Sega CD of Sonic CD.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that I would like. Yeah, that'd be a nice one to obtain. That's one of those ones where I don't have to overpay, so I can afford to look at a convention to see if I can find it at a good price, and because I already own it. So
Speaking of long boxes, actually, not related, but I just remembered I have that copy of the PS1 long box version of Descent. Anyone looking for that?
No.
Okay. So I'd mention it because I just don't really care about it all that much.
I know Scott was looking for long box PS1 games for a while, but I don't know where he's at.
That one's fairly common, I think. So
I lose track of what he's like.
He's
what he like, is or isn't going after at that time.
He's got one of those like Santa lists that he just rolls and just keeps rolling out. You know, it's like let me pull out my list.
Yeah, because that's what lists sound like.
Special effects. Where are you, Resident Evil for the Game Boy?
The thing I wish Capcom would do if they're going to release all their shit, other than Alien vs. Predator, a license they actually do still have, is I wish they'd do a classic collection for the original PS1 versions of the Resident Evils, just so there's a preserved way to play them. Because I don't believe there is a legal way to play 3 right now. Or you can play Code Veronica. They remastered that.
No, modern consoles, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because PS3, they're still on the PS3
digital
store.
Yeah, like this is what I mean. Like,
and maybe Vita.
But I don't think they even have 3. No, I think they do have 3 on PS3.
It'd be cool if they had like the classic edition as like an unlockable for Resident Evil 2. Like you can beat a game at a certain time and it unlocks.
Yeah, that would be great.
Like stuff like they used to do back in the day. Like you would,
yeah,
people would strive so you can unlock something in a game.
Yeah, that's the only real gripe I have with the RE2 remake, because I haven't played it. But it's just from the preservation standpoint of Like that just is one less way to play the original one.
I single-handedly bought that Turtles 2 for the Xbox because I found you can unlock the original arcade in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that Battle Nexus? Which one
the
is
second
that?
one, I think.
Mutants in Manhattan?
I think so.
There's several of those.
I believe I beat it. And so I remember you have to make it all the way to the end, to like the last level, and then like as opposed to going right to the final boss, you go left, and that's like unlocks it.
You know which one of those sucked? The original Metroid on Metroid Prime, because like you need like the link cable and a copy of Metroid Fusion or something stupid to unlock to unlock the original Metroid on Metroid Prime.
Oh, that's right. I thought that because you can unlock the suit from Fusion and play that.
Yeah.
In that as well.
Yeah, I think you need a copy of Fusion in order to unlock the original
and the GBA cable.
Yeah. That's just a stupid amount of stuff required to play that old game for that time.
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, like having those original PS1 versions all on one disc would be cool. This is like a legacy collection type thing. They already released the Origins collection, so they can't use that again. But they could put like the Game Boy game on there just for shits and giggles.
Somewhere down the road when they're desperate for money. Here. Sexbox edition.
Sexbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's my
turn.
And her name is Sony. We're arriving at some of the same jokes here, Musty.
Yeah. I saw that. It's my turn with the Xbox.
Game of the Year dish. Okay. And then I want...
Just running strongholds.
Yep. Doing a mobile defense mission in Warframe. Which is not as Overwatch as you'd think it is. It's actually just... The hilarious thing is they do have one of those modes, but it's not called mobile defense. But it's like you have to just hack 3 terminals in a level. You need to defend each one so it doesn't get destroyed. But the Overwatch like one is called Hijack. They even have one of those in Star Wars Battlefront 2 if you go back to that. They added an Overwatch mode.
Like a heroes mode?
Well, they do have heroes modes, but like not in the same way. But like I mean like the where you have to move the payload.
Huh.
They've been doing a lot of shit in that game. I actually want to go back and play that at some point. I wish they would do the Ewok Horde mode again, because that was hilarious. I think you were stormtroopers defending against just hordes and hordes of Ewoks. Like a creepy nighttime version of Endor. They released pictures of it that made it look like a horror movie and their eyes glow red. I just like that kind of goofy. Yeah, I should probably call it for the night after I finish this mission.
Could do that. We may have given Steven all the information that he needed.
Good job, guys.
Okay, yeah, that's done. Ryan, let me know if you're interested in that Metal Gear Solid case or something. I don't know how much that goes for. I've never looked it up. Could be super rare, could be super cheap. No idea. But yeah, I'm gonna shut her down for the night.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
Night.